going on? How's everyone doing?
Shout out to Colin. Everybody else who's cool with Colin.
Chunky! I didn't say.
Get your popcorn and your Coca-Cola and relax.
Anyway, tell Colin I'm ready.
What's going on? This is Colin. How's everybody doing? I hope you're having a great day so far. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. I have got a really long video. So we're not going to do it all in one night. What I'm hopefully going to do is we're going to start it tonight. We're going to get halfway through it and we're going to finish it on Sunday because you guys all know I'm off tomorrow. But that is the plan. This is a 5-hour long trial after I cut everything down. This actually took 2 days in court, so about 5 hours with testimony and arguments, and we get a lot of body cam footage, which is why it caught my attention because I love trials where we actually get to see the body cam, not just see them, hear them, everything, and this is good. This guy gets tased. I don't know if we're going to see that tonight. I don't remember exactly what point that happens. That might be Sunday night, but dude definitely gets tased. And yeah, so we've got it's a DUI, resisting arrest, hit and run. This guy did a lot. And the police found him, like, it looks like he was in some kind of junkyard where he was just kind of sitting in his car. So much happens in this. We also have a body cam footage that I don't know why it's relevant. I'm going to be honest with you. I have not seen all 5 hours of this. I watched the body cam footage that they played, and I've heard a little bit of the arguments, and I fast forwarded to the end, and then I just cut everything out, cut everything else out. So that's what we're gonna watch. So I don't know why we're gonna watch this dude getting arrested in a bathroom of a bar, but you know what? I'm pretty sure the prosecutor is gonna make us understand why they're showing this video. Anyways, we're gonna have a good time. It's gonna be a good time, but it's gonna be a long stream. So we're gonna go for probably 2.5 hours tonight, then 2.5 hours Sunday. That's the hope. That's the hope. I turned into a pumpkin after 10 o'clock, so we'll see how that goes. Anyways, thank you all for joining me. We are in Georgia with Judge Thacker, another judge that a lot of people say, in the comments at least, have said they want to see more of. So here you go. You got a lot. You got him with a jury trial. Before I hit that play button, you know what to do. Hit the like and subscribe. Do your jump kick backflips. Let's go. Oh, yeah. Hold on. There we go. Yeah, I fast forward through all the jury instructions, as you know, when I do jury trials. So we're jumping right into opening statements.
Let me scoop this up a little bit here. There we go. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. As I told you during jury selection, my name is Tommy Ison, and it is my pleasure to be here today representing the state of Georgia and Spalding County as the Chief Assistant Solicitor General and Solicitor General-elect. Now, this is a very serious case that you've been impaneled on, and there will be a fair amount of witnesses as well as testimony. And I urge you to pay very close attention to what each and every witness says. Again, there will be a large amount of testimony, and I understand that it can be hard to keep up with. So just take to heart what the judge.
All right, real quick, can I get a giant happy birthday to Jedi from everybody in the chat? There are 43 people here right now. I expect to see 43 happy birthdays. Happy birthday, Jedi! Happy birthday!
The judge just said if anybody needs a break to refresh themselves for any reason, please let the court know. Because we need your full attention, and we appreciate the job you're doing. Okay, well, the first thing you're taught in law school about opening statements is that you're not supposed to argue the facts and the law of the case of the jury because you haven't heard any yet. Only tell the jury what you expect the evidence to show. So taking that rule to heart, I would like to begin by telling you what I expect the evidence in this case to show so that you can make your decision. And also to say that everything I'm about to say is what I expect the evidence to show. So you don't have to hear me say before every single sentence. I also expect the evidence to show. That being said, I will start by saying I expect the evidence to show that at approximately 8:30 a.m. on December 15th, 2024, A cold, calm, quiet Sunday morning, one Mr. Charles Davis was traveling southbound on Georgia 3, or 1941 as a lot of us call it, in the right lane. You know, it's a divided highway. There's 2 lanes going this way, going north, and 2 lanes going south. He's in the right lane going south, minding his own business, and just after passing the intersection with Malia Road, a blue passenger vehicle traveling southbound in the left lane, coming up behind him, failed to maintain its lane, veered over into the right lane where Mr. Davis was carefully and safely maintaining his lane of travel, and struck the 1995 red/maroon Ford F-150 driver's side rear wheel. Think of the rear wheel on the passenger side. That's where the Ford F-150 was struck, causing disabling damage to the truck and causing Mr. Davis to drive off the road, or really knocked off the road. Mr. Davis saw that the car that had hit him was a blue passenger vehicle, but seeing as how startled he was, I mean, he never saw it coming, and how fast it happened, he was unable to get a make and model of the car or to see who was driving the vehicle. I expect the evidence to show that the blue passenger vehicle never stopped, never slowed down, and continued on down the road, never to return. Deputy Sheriff Richard Carr arrived on scene, as well as Trooper First Class M. Baker, who spoke with Mr. Davis. Based on their conversation and observations, I expect the evidence to show that the blue passenger vehicle never returned and that the vehicle left its lane, which is very clearly marked, and struck Mr. Davis and never slowed down, much less returned to the accident scene. The evidence will show that the road conditions were fine and that there were no traffic control devices instructing drivers in the left lane to merge into the right lane, or only one lane of traffic. None of that was apparent or visible or even there. I further expect the evidence to show that at approximately 11:57 a.m. that very same day, that's almost 4 hours later, about 3.5 hours later, Lieutenant Jacob Strock, while on patrol, observed a suspicious vehicle with extensive damage to the passenger side of the front quarter panel, parked in a dirty lot by an abandoned building at 349 Railroad Avenue in Experiment, Georgia. It's where the 3-way stop is in Experiment. If you were to turn right, if you're going north and go over the railroad tracks, there's an abandoned building there with a lot there, and that's where he saw the car. Lieutenant Strock made contact with the defendant in this case, Christopher Stringer, who was lying down in the driver's seat. The defendant advised Lieutenant Strock of his name and date of birth and stated that he was leaving Atlanta and heading to Tequila, Georgia, in Gwinnett County. The evidence will show that the defendant stated he got lost because he didn't have his cell phone with him and was taking a break before heading back out. When asked, the defendant stated that he had hit something with his car, but he was unsure what he hit or where he was when he hit it. The evidence will further show that Deputy Sheriff Richard Carr arrived and advised that the car the defendant was driving can match the description of a blue passenger vehicle that had been involved in a hit-and-run incident earlier that morning that Deputy Sheriff Carr had been on scene with Georgia State Patrol Trooper First Class Baker. At this point, Lieutenant Strock ran a check on the defendant through GCIC on his computer terminal in his car, where he determined that at the time, the defendant had a suspended license and an outstanding warrant on an unrelated matter. The evidence will show that, based on this knowledge, Lieutenant Strock approached the defendant, who was still sitting in the car, and attempted to handcuff the defendant. Lieutenant Strock advised the defendant to get out of the vehicle, to which the defendant said okay, but hesitated to exit the vehicle. At this time, Lieutenant Strock grabbed the defendant's left arm, or coat, kind of both, at which point the defendant pulled away toward the passenger seat. Deputy Sheriff Carr, who was also still present at the scene, also grabbed the defendant and began trying to pull him out of the car. All the while, both officers are yelling at the defendant to get out of the car, and the defendant constantly repeating, "I'm trying." As I believe the evidence will show, you see him backing up into the car, doing the opposite of what he is saying he is doing. The officers are unable to remove him, with Lieutenant Strock even having to resort to pulling the defendant by the his hair on top of his head, just trying to get him out. Because the clothing and the coat the defendant was wearing were stretching and rendering it impossible to pull the defendant out of the vehicle. The evidence will show that at this point, Deputy Sheriff Carl removes his taser and verbally warns the defendant multiple times to exit the vehicle or that he will be tased. Deputy Sheriff Carr, upon the direction of Lieutenant Strock, then finally fires the taser, which did not make a good connection due to the loose coat and the clothes that he's got on. Excuse me. Deputy Sheriff Carr then fires another set of taser probes into the defendant's right shoulder and it makes a good contact. This resulted in the defendant being momentarily incapacitated, where he was then removed from the vehicle and cuffed. He was then placed into Deputy Sheriff Carr's patrol vehicle, where he was checked by EMS and later interviewed by Trooper First Class Baker before being taken to the Spalding County Jail. I also expect that the evidence will show that the defendant, based upon the description of the car he was driving and the defendant's demeanor, actions, blurry eyes, slow speech, and odor of alcohol noticed by all the law enforcement officers involved, is guilty not only of the obstruction of the two Spalding County deputies from carrying out their lawful duty and arresting him, but also of hit and run, leaving the scene of an accident, and failure to maintain lane, and driving under the influence of alcohol to the extent that it was less safe for him to be operating a motor vehicle on the roads in the state of Georgia. And lastly, what I believe the evidence will show will be evidence of a similar nature, something that occurred approximately 4 months before this, where the defendant was being arrested somewhere else and was resisting arrest there as well, all the while saying he wasn't resisting arrest. But ladies and gentlemen, I will remind you again that this is a very serious case with a fair amount of witnesses and testimony. I don't like to repeat myself, but it's just very important for you to know that and for me to say it. So I urge each of you to give each witness and their testimony your full attention. I know that all of you are busy and you have many things going on in your lives. So I want you to know how thankful all of us who work here in Spalding in the criminal justice system appreciate you being here and the work you do. We couldn't do it without you. Thank you.
All right, Mr. White.
That was a great opening statement from the prosecutor. And I don't know, 3 minutes explained everything that's going on in the case to the point. I am kind of worried about him though. I'm worried about his health. The breathing he was doing between sentences, that, you know, maybe he doesn't feel well, maybe he's congested, but that didn't sound good. Hopefully he gets that checked out. But yeah, everything he just said we're about to watch. We get to see, you know, from the police body cam. And yes, we'll get to see the tasing. But like I said, that might be Sunday. I don't know when they show that. I feel like that's later in the video.
The floor is yours.
I had so much more I wanted to say. I waited to pause until after he was finished talking. Sarah, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it. That is generous of you. Happiest of birthdays, Jedi. It's Jedi's birthday? Oh, well, happy birthday, Jedi. Happy birthday. I also saw Heather was here. Heather! Usually I give Heather an instant pause, but if I pause it every time I want to, this is going to go on for really long. Again, this is a 5-hour video. So I don't know if Heather's still listening, but Heather!
On December 15th, 2024, around 8:30 a.m., Mr. Charles Davis was involved in a motor vehicle accident, like the prosecution said, on Georgia 3 near Mallier Road. And you have an opportunity to hear him describe the vehicle that struck him as light blue in color. And you'll also see that nearly 3.5 hours later, officers found Mr. Stringer's vehicle. And the officers assumed Mr. Stringer had been involved in the crash with Mr. Davis purely based on two things. That the damage to Mr. Stringer's vehicle could potentially match the damage to Mr. Davis's, and that there had been some capture of his vehicle driving towards the incident location. And then, while answering questions, which he was fully complying with, officers decided to pull him out of the vehicle.
I think accident just means it wasn't done on purpose. You know, the guy, he's charged with a hit and run. I don't think he purposely hit the car, which is why it's an accident.
Throw him to the ground and tase him. And then afterwards, from nowhere, officers claimed that they smelled alcohol coming from his vehicle and from his person. Now, as this trial goes on, I want each one of you to remember one very important thing. An officer's conclusion of something is not proof beyond a reasonable doubt. You'll notice that at no point during this investigation did anyone see Mr. Stringer driving his vehicle. In fact, Mr. Davis, as the state said, didn't know how the accident occurred. Didn't know the make.
Cannot argue with Hot Fuzz. Okay, I retract my statement. Hot Fuzz is the Bible of police activity. So nope, I got you.
Make and model of the vehicle and didn't even know the identity of the driver. In fact, the state actually stopped a completely different vehicle earlier and determined that that was not the vehicle they were looking for. You also notice that you're not going to...
All right, we're going to call Super Troopers the Old Testament and Hot Fuzz the New Testament, because I just realized that I can't make that comment without bringing up Super Troopers as well. Specs, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it. Hi, Cooligans. Happy birthday, Jedi. Thank you so much, Specs.
See any field sobriety testing in this case. There's not going to be a breath test. And there's not going to be a blood test. There's going to be no chemical test that tells you, if anything, what was in Mr. Stringer's system at the time that he was allegedly driving. However, you will be able to see this alleged obstruction on video. And once you watch the video, it will be clear that Mr. Stringer was not trying to obstruct, but he was reacting to what happened, to what resulted in a very quick escalation from the officers for seemingly no reason. As the state mentioned, you're also going to hear evidence from an unrelated incident that happened in Brookhaven. I want you to understand that Mr. Stringer is not on trial for that incident. The state is simply bringing that in to try to prove certain things that I'm sure the state will go into later. But I do want to be very clear that that evidence is not evidence that because he acted in some way back then, he acted in some way now. At the end of this case, after you've heard all the testimony in it, after you've seen all the exhibits, and after you've listened carefully to what is actually proven and what is not proven, you'll see that there's only one way to rule: not guilty. The state has brought 5 charges against Mr. Stringer. Those are accusations. They are not evidence. As the judge said, he comes into this courtroom presumed innocent, and that presumption stays with him until the state proves he's charged beyond a reasonable doubt. At no point does Mr. Stringer have to prove that he is innocent. In fact, he could sit there and say absolutely nothing. But that does not absolve the state from doing their job and having to prove the charges beyond a reasonable doubt. This case is about proof, not suspicion, not assumptions, not guesses, not filling in the blanks. Proof. And at the end of this case, the judge will give you the law. He will tell you once again the state must prove every charge beyond a reasonable doubt. He will tell you that the charges themselves are not evidence. And of course, he will tell you once again that Mr. Stringer is presumed innocent. I ask you to hold the state to that burden. If the evidence leaves you with any reasonable doubt whatsoever, your verdict must be not guilty. And if it leads to the reasonable doubt as to all counts, it must be not guilty on all counts. So what I really want you to do is I want you to listen to the evidence with an open mind. Listen carefully to what the officers are saying. Listen carefully to what the civilian witnesses are saying. And listen carefully to what they are not saying as well, to what they did not do, to what they could not prove, and what they did not see. Separate proof from assumption. Separate observations from conclusions. And separate what happened from what somebody believed happened. And when the evidence in the case is finished, I'm confident that I'll be able to stand before you again and ask that you find Christopher Stringer not guilty. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Mr. White. Mr. Eisen, you may call your first witness.
Judge, as we discussed earlier, my first witness I'll be calling will be Sergeant Mike Roberts of the Brookhaven Police Department.
All right. All right. As Officer Roberts is coming up, I'm going to give my charges on that. Just a second. All right. Members of the jury, sometimes evidence is admitted for a limited purpose. Such limited purpose evidence may be considered by you, the jury, for the sole purpose for which that evidence is limited to, and shall not be used for any other purpose. To prove its case in counts 5 and 6, the 2 obstruction of an officer charges, the state must prove intent, knowledge, and must disprove any question of mistake. Therefore, the state has offered evidence of other acts allegedly committed by the accused. You are permitted to consider that evidence only insofar as it may relate to the 3 issues of intent, knowledge, and absence of mistake or fact, and not for any other purpose. You may not infer from such evidence that the defendant is of a character that would commit such crimes or for any other purpose. Before you may consider the other alleged acts for this limited purpose, you must first determine whether it is more likely than not that the defendant committed the other alleged acts. If so, then you must determine whether the acts shed any light on the issues for which the act was admitted, in this case, in the accusation in this trial. Remember to keep in mind that limited use and prohibited use of these evidence, and in giving this instruction.
Sorry, I thought I got rid of all the jury instructions. Apparently, I missed this part. My bad.
The court is in no way suggesting to you that the defendant has or has not committed any such other acts, or whether such acts, if committed, prove anything. That is all a matter that is solely within your discretion. All right, with that limiting instruction, Mr. Eisen, you may continue.
Could you please raise your right hand? You solemnly swear affirm the testimony you are prepared to give in this matter in the state court of Spalding County shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
You can be seated.
And if you'll just grab that mic and pull it close, they get really loud if you get rid.
I actually had 2 jobs. 1, getting rid of that, and 2, stretching out the video. I meant to stretch this out. Whenever I show Judge Thacker anymore, I stretch out the camera just because he keeps his zoom on at all times. So this doesn't move. The only time that we don't see this is when they play the body cam footage and it takes the entire screen. But yeah, when I play part 2 on Sunday night, I will remove Judge Thacker on the right hand side. So yeah, 2 jobs I failed at.
Really close.
Okay, can you please state your name for the record?
Yes, my name is Michael Roberts.
And how are you employed?
I'm employed with the City of Brookhaven Police Department.
And how long have you been employed there?
I've been employed with Brookhaven since I believe April of 2019.
Okay. And what's
Verdict and yes, verdict. Yeah, verdict.
your rank?
Sergeant.
Okay, so I'll call you Sergeant Roberts from now on. How's that sound? What are some of your duties there at the Brookhaven Police Department?
My duties now is basically I'm sergeant on the shift with 7 patrolmen under my command.
Okay. And are you peace officer standards and training certified?
Yes, I've been a post-certified police officer in the state of Georgia since 2004.
Okay. Briefly, could you describe some of the training necessary to become post-certified?
Yes, in 2004 when I went, it was just a 10-week academy put on by the Clayton County Regional Law Enforcement Academy, and the training is just the basic laws and procedures of the state of Georgia.
Okay, for law enforcement officers.
Correct, yes.
Yes, okay. And wait 1 second. Were you on duty back on August 20th, 2024?
I was.
Okay, about what time was that?
My shift then was 3 p.m. to 3 a.m.
14 hours?
Yes, I was on duty. That was 9:14. I was on duty. Yes, sir.
Okay. And were you in uniform, including your badge?
Yeah, I was. Yes,
Okay. And were you driving a marked police vehicle?
I was. Yes.
And did you, on that date, did you have an occasion to come into contact with a Christopher Stringer?
I did.
Okay, is he in the courtroom here today?
A gentleman in the blue suit.
Okay, is sitting at the defense table?
Yes,
Is that
yes, sir.
what?
Right here, right
Okay.
here in the blue suit.
Let the record reflect that the officer has identified Christopher Stringer. Okay, and when you came into contact with him, where was that?
It was at the Bat and Ball Pub located at 2150 Johnson's Ferry Road in Brookhaven.
Okay, and what happened that day?
We got a call about it went out as a disorderly person. We were given information that there was an intoxicated male at that location. He had been asked to leave, and he kept trying to force his way back into the bar to fight with the employees.
Okay, and when you arrived, what happened? You got there, and
When I arrived, Mr. Stringer was actually sitting outside. He was being, I guess, looked at or looked after by an unknown male. I don't know if it was an employee or a friend, but they both had vomit on their arms. Mr. Stringer had vomit on the front and back of his shirt. This unknown male, again, I don't know if he's an employee or an acquaintance of Mr. Stringer's, had gone and gotten some towels to clean both of them up. And once he was able to wipe the vomit off Mr. Stringer, he turned around, and Mr. Stringer used that opportunity to go back into the bar.
okay, and what did you do once he went back in there?
Myself and the two other officers on scene, we entered the bar behind him. Mr. Stringer walked straight through the bar, straight into the bathroom.
Okay, and once you arrived at the bathroom, what was going on there?
I guess he used the bathroom. We stood outside. We waited for him to finish. I believe you can actually hear the toilet flush, so we knew he was done. We gave him numerous commands to exit the bathroom. It was time to leave the bar. He finally opened the door, and he's told to come out of the bathroom, and he just points and says, "You go." That's all he would say. We told him numerous times to exit the bathroom, and he would just point and say, "You go." At that point,
I was about to ask, at that point, did you enter the bathroom?
Yes, at that point, we determined that we were going to place him under arrest. We entered the bathroom. He was advised to place his hands behind his back, and instead, he placed both of his hands up on the wall above him. Mr. Stringer is roughly 6'2", 6'3". He's taller than me, and I was the tallest officer there. Officer Sand was able to control his left arm, bring his left arm behind his back. We got that hand secured in handcuffs. He was given numerous commands to place his right arm behind his back. He refused to do so. I actually drew and armed my taser, and I told him if he did not put his arm behind his back, then I would tase him. We were able to gain control of his right arm, and when Officer Sand pulled it behind his back to handcuff him, he snatched the arm away and put it back up on the wall. So I delivered, I fired one probe from my taser. The second probe, we had a taser malfunction, so it was ineffective at that point.
So did the first shot work?
It's a Taser 10, so it takes two probes.
Mhm.
One probe would fire. The taser malfunctioned. So Officer Sand then drew his taser and fired an appropriate amount of taser probes until we achieved a NMI, neuromuscular incapacitation.
Okay.
Mr. Stringer fell over, and we were able to then secure him in handcuffs.
Okay. And then what did you do with Mr. Stringer at that point?
We got him up. We removed the taser probes. He then refused to walk. I had to literally drag him out of the bar. We photographed the injuries where the impact for the taser probes went. There was an ambulance already on scene. He was able to receive some sort of medical treatment there. And then we took him to the hospital. After he was cleared from the hospital, he was booked into the DeKalb County Jail.
Okay. Well, on that date, were you wearing a body cam?
I was, yes, sir.
Okay. And was your body cam operational that day?
It was.
And where is it located on your person?
On that particular uniform, right in the middle of my vest.
Like right here?
Yes.
Would that be a correct
Yes, sir.
representation? Okay. And do you know how to operate it? Are you trained in knowing how to use it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And the video it made, have you watched that video again since that day?
I have, yes, sir.
When did you watch it?
I watched it earlier today.
Okay. Where did you watch it?
In this in this building.
Okay. Was it in my office?
It was.
Okay. The video you watched, are there any additions or deletions to that video?
None to my knowledge.
And is that video a fair and accurate depiction of what actually happened that day?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and once you make the videos with the body cam, what do you do with those videos?
So we actually can upload them straight to the cloudevidence.com from the car. They are then stored digitally through Axon, and then they can be, I guess, through a request delivered to other agencies or courts.
Agencies like other law enforcement agencies or
Correct,
prosecutors' offices,
Correct.
like we requested it.
Yes, sir.
And that is stored safely there, correct?
Yes, sir.
The video digitally stored in the cloud.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And who is in the video? I don't mean all the randos that are.
Well, the video is actually from Officer Daniel Sands. So you see me and Mr. Stringer in the video.
Okay. Let's see. And we already covered when it took place. It was about 9:14, you said?
Yes, sir. If I refer to my report, I was dispatched at 9:14 p.m.
Okay. And have you used the same or similar recording equipment prior to this occasion?
Yes, I've been wearing a body cam for about 12 or 13 years now.
Okay. All right, Judge, at this time, I would like to tender what I would say is States 1, which is the video from Sergeant Roberts' body cam.
Objection from defense?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right. States 1 is tendered and admitted without objection.
Okay, let me pull it up.
So just let me know when you're ready and I'll hit the final button and then it'll push it up there. I used to just be a judge, everyone, and now I'm a video producer.
Here, let me scoot that down. And Judge, for the record, I talked with Mr. White. We're not going to show the entire thing. There's parts in there that nothing's happening. It's irrelevant.
Okay.
And he has agreed to that. Is that correct, Mr. White?
That's correct, Your Honor.
All right. And Mr. White, if you believe that anything's been left out, you're welcome to insist that it be played. Okay. Mr. Eisen, are you ready for me to push the screen?
I'm getting there. 1 second, Your Honor. I am ready, Your Honor. Make sure the audio is transferred, Your Honor.
Sure. And if you don't mind maximizing it there, I don't think I can do it from my end.
That?
I just meant the video screen there.
Gotcha.
There you go.
I will at times, at least once or twice, have to pull that up if that's okay.
Yes.
I will be starting, for the record, I will be starting the video at 5 minutes and 14 seconds into it.
No, this isn't gross. Nothing happens in this. Just body cam of them fighting him in the bathroom. He's not throwing up. He just resists arrest. That's all we see in this. Don't worry. I wouldn't play it if it was gross. But I actually did say that I didn't watch this entire thing. So I hope I'm right. Fingers crossed.
You guys want to take it? Hey. Dude. So I can stick it in his pocket?
Yeah, just leave it on one of these stools for right now. Hey, who was his server?
That's not me muting. This is the prosecutor actually muting so we don't dox anybody. That's awesome.
Thanks, gang. What's he doing? Do what?
All right, I don't want to get struck by the music, so we're just gonna wait. We got subtitles. They're blasting that music though. Hold on.
Going downhill. It was going downhill when he walked in here. Probably should have never been served anything.
He came in here.
Yeah.
Excuse me, guys. Hey, his tablet is on.
It's still going?
I'll call him right now. Back outside. Back outside, let's go. Let's go. Get out of the bathroom. You go. We can either get out or we can go to jail. You go. Get out. You go. Get out. I didn't do it. Get out of the bathroom.
Is he going to jail?
Get out of the bathroom. Are you gonna get out or not? Are you gonna get out of the bathroom?
I did not do it.
He came in to pee.
Why?
Put your hands behind your back.
I wanted him to go to the hospital, but at this point...
Put your hands behind your back.
I did not do anything.
Turn around and put your hands behind your back now.
I did not do anything.
I will tase you if you don't turn around and
That's
put your hands behind your back.
But literally, I did not do anything.
Hold on.
I did not do anything.
Put your hands behind your back.
What did I do?
Put this hand down behind your back.
All right.
Put your hands behind your back.
Secure one cuff on him now. Secure one cuff.
What did I do?
All right. Put your other hand behind your back. You're under arrest.
What
If you
did
do
I
not put your hand behind your back, I will tase you. Put your hand behind your back.
That's fine, but what did
Put
I
your hands
do?
behind your back.
Stop resisting.
I'm not resisting. That's fine. What did I do?
All right, that's it.
Hands behind your back.
What did
Or you're gonna get it again. Put your hands behind your back.
I got this hand.
What did I do?
Hold on. Don't. I was gonna say don't key up in there. It's just gonna echo everywhere.
It's fine. Well, what did I do?
Stop. All right.
I tell you what, I would not want to be face first on that floor at all. At a bar, no. Cheshire Cat, good to see you tonight. What is it now? Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Late fee, let's go.
Ready?
Hold on, roll to one side.
watch your step.
Yeah.
Selena does have that on the street.
It's in the front. All right, roll him to one side. We'll get him stood up.
90.
What I do?
All right, sit on up, sir. We're going to get you stood up. Lift this
What
knee.
I do?
Tuck this knee up.
Oh.
All right, sit up. All right, let's stand up. Come on. Hold on. Get your other shoe on.
Can you please?
Get your other shoe on. Just leave him in for right now. Let's get outside. Because now they're going to be dragging everywhere. Put your foot in your shoe.
I don't know what I did.
Put your foot in your shoe.
I don't know what I did. Oh. What I do? What I do?
Stand up, man. Hey, never mind. He's on his way.
All right. Flip, you can flip it back on.
I think I need a clip though. What I do? What I do? What I do? I need to clip that.
All right, perfect.
Your Honor, just the court and Mr. White, at that point, there's nothing else.
All right. Mr. White, are you satisfied with that playing of it?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you so much. Not satisfied, that's the wrong word. Is that acceptable under your rules?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, that's a better question. All right, Mr. Eisen, you may continue your questions.
I have, well, while this was going on, we just saw the video. Did you see Mr. Stringer keeping his right hand from being cuffed?
Yes.
And did you did you hear him say that he was not resisting arrest?
In the video, the background, if he said it, I didn't hear him, but
Okay.
I do not recall him saying that he was not resisting.
Okay. All right. That's all the questions I have of this witness, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. White, the floor is yours.
Good afternoon, Sergeant Roberts.
How you doing, sir?
Doing fine. So, Sergeant Roberts, just want to clarify, you were not involved in the incident that brings us to trial today, is that correct?
The incident here in Spalding, I was not.
Okay. Alrighty. And Sergeant Roberts, you had indicated that you had been a police officer for at least 22 years, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
So I'm assuming that means you've had plenty of opportunities to deal with people who have been accused of being disorderly and drunk multiple times before.
Yes, sir.
And have you had an opportunity to deal with people who have been accused of multiple crimes on different days?
I have. Yes, sir.
Would you agree with me that the idea that somebody who had potentially committed a crime on one day, that does not mean that they are guilty of a crime on a different day?
I'll agree with that. Yes.
And upon watching the video, would you agree? I'm sorry. You say that Mr. Stringer was refusing to put his hand down in this situation.
And the video clearly depicted that.
Okay. All right. Would you say that prior to that incident, was he complying with commands?
He was not.
All right. So, in your opinion, during this incident, he was not complying with commands throughout the entire encounter?
Throughout the entire encounter, correct. He was asked to leave the bar. He went back in. He wouldn't leave the bathroom. He wouldn't leave the business again. And then he refused to put his hands behind his back. I don't know how more non-compliant you can be.
And you were also notified that he may have been intoxicated at the time.
Tell us how you really feel about the defense attorney and the client right now. Go ahead, officer. Tell us how you really feel.
That was clearly evident when I made contact with him. Yes, sir.
Okay. Alrighty. All right, Your Honor, I have no further questions at this time.
All right, redirect.
I have none, Your Honor.
All right, may this witness be released?
The state, yes, he
All right.
can.
Cheshire Cat. That's it. That's
No,
what I call him.
You are free to stay.
Yes, yes, sir. Thank you, Your Honor.
Members of the jury, I take breaks about once every hour. We've been at this right an hour, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to take.
Thank you, Your Honor.
The state would call to the stand Charles Harvey Davis.
Cinnamon stripper cat. That is not my favorite cat. That's my least favorite cat. But I think that's Cheshire Cat's favorite. Hey, perfect timing. Phil, thank you so much for the 5 gifted memberships. Welcome to the 5 new members. Thank you so much, Phil. You are awesome. Thank you.
Would you please raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear to affirm the testimony you are prepared to give in the pending matter in the state court of Spalding County shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
You can be seated. Hello, could you please state your name for the record?
Oh, just wait till we get to the hit and run part. Again, for the life of me, I don't know why we had to see that. I don't know. To show that he resists arrest, I guess. That's his MO. I was really hoping that watching this with you guys, I would know why they were playing that video. We're here for a hit and run, a DUI, and yeah. But, we get to see him get tased twice, though.
Charles Harvey Davis.
And how are you employed, Mr. Davis?
I'm retired.
What are you retired from?
Delta Airlines maintenance.
Okay. Well, I'm going to take you back in time to December 15th, 2024. Did anything of note happen to you that day?
Yes, I was in a vehicle accident.
Okay. Was it in Spalding County?
Yes.
Okay. Whereabouts in Spalding County?
I was going south on 1941 between Malier and School Road.
Okay. What lane were you traveling in?
Right lane.
Okay. And 1941, Georgia 3, that's a divided roadway, correct?
Yes.
And going each way, it has 2 clearly marked lanes of travel, correct?
Yes.
How are they marked?
I believe it's dashed lines.
Dash lines down the road. Okay. Excuse me. And which lane were you in again?
Right lane.
Okay. And did you ever leave your lane of travel?
No.
Okay. And did another car hit you from behind?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know what it looked like?
A small blue car.
Okay. Like a passenger vehicle? A car. Nothing, in other words, not a panel truck or anything like that.
No, regular car.
Okay. And when you were hit, were you safely within your lane of travel?
Yes.
Okay. So you were not at any time during or before the accident in the other lane?
I was not in the other lane.
Okay. So then it would be fair to say you were in your lane when this blue passenger vehicle struck your driver's side rear wheel.
Yes.
And because of the answer you just gave, you never left your lane. In order for that blue passenger vehicle to hit you, would it have had to be in your lane?
Yes.
Okay. And that's because is that because you were safely in your lane?
Yes.
And what were the road conditions at that time in place?
Just about perfect. Dry, clear, light traffic.
Okay. And what time of day was it?
About 8:00 a.m.
Okay. And would you say that the driver of the blue passenger vehicle that struck you was, at that time, as nearly as practicable, entirely within a single lane of traffic?
No.
Okay. Did the driver of the blue passenger vehicle move the vehicle into your lane in a safe manner?
No.
Did you notice if the other driver had a blinker on?
No, I did not.
Okay. Did you see if the driver of the blue passenger vehicle turned off the road after it collided with your vehicle?
Last time I saw him, he was heading south.
Okay. Were there any signs or traffic control devices giving instructions to change lanes or mandating one lane of travel on the 2-lane road?
No.
Okay. And did the driver of this blue passenger vehicle stop or return to the scene?
No.
This is going to sound silly, but I have to ask it. So obviously the driver of the blue passenger vehicle did not give you their name, address, or car registration number.
That's correct.
And again, I know they sound crazy, but since the driver left the scene and did not return, I have to ask you, did the driver of the blue passenger vehicle show you their driver's license?
No.
No. Did the driver of the blue passenger vehicle render you any reasonable assistance to you or your vehicle?
No.
Did the driver of the blue passenger vehicle contact emergency medical services and or law enforcement?
No.
Did you?
Yes.
Okay. And could you identify the driver of that blue passenger vehicle?
No.
And what damage was done to your car?
It was fairly heavily damaged. Left rear. The insurance company totaled it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. It was total. Did it? So yes, I think it would be fair to say it disabled your vehicle.
Yes.
And was the damage to your car paid for?
Insurance company paid for my truck. Yes.
Okay. And tell me where you ended up after the blue passenger vehicle collided with your truck.
Okay, I don't carry a cell phone. I proceeded to a gas station at the corner of School in 1941, used their phone, called in an accident with no injuries.
Okay, and did any law enforcement arrive on scene?
Yes, a sheriff's deputy and a state trooper.
Okay, and at that point, did they conduct an investigation?
Yes.
Okay, and eventually did they leave?
Yes.
And what did you do?
Actually, I only live about a mile from there, so I walked home.
Okay, well, at this time, Your Honor, I have no further questions for this witness.
All right, Mr. White, it's all yours.
All right, so this is clearly the guy that got hit. We're gonna get to see all the damage to his truck and everything. Don't worry. This might the prosecutor is short and to the point. I love it.
Good afternoon, Mr. Davis.
Good afternoon.
So you said you were traveling in the right lane of Georgia 3.
Yes.
And how many lanes does Georgia 3 have?
2 lanes each direction.
You know what the speed limit on that road is?
55.
And do you know approximately how fast you were going just before the impact?
55.
55, okay. And you didn't see the other vehicle before it struck you at all?
No, I did not.
Okay. Did you see any other vehicles around you maybe 2 minutes before impact?
No, it was very light traffic that day.
Okay. All right. You said you were looking forward at the road ahead.
Yes.
Okay. Where were you? You said you were headed home that day?
No, I was headed to church.
The church? Where's your church located?
Okay, it's Awakened Church. It's just north of Manley Road on the southbound lanes of 1941.
Okay. And at any point, would you have had to turn left to get to your church?
Nope.
Okay. So you say that you didn't see the driver's face before or after the collision?
No, I did not see the driver.
Okay. And you didn't see whether the other driver had a passenger in their vehicle?
I do not know.
Okay. You didn't notice the make or model of the vehicle?
All I knew was a small blue passenger car.
Okay. And I do want to just be clear, that also means you didn't see the tag number of the vehicle?
No, I did not.
Okay. Now, earlier you said that the vehicle was blue in color, but isn't it true that you told the officers that it was a light blue vehicle?
Yes.
Okay.
Light or bright blue. Yeah.
Light or bright blue, you stated?
Yes.
Okay. Have you given any other written or recorded statements about this incident?
Recorded statements? No.
Okay. Have you given any written statements?
No.
Okay. Did you speak with the Solicitor General's office about your testimony today?
Excuse me, I did not understand.
I'm sorry, I'll repeat. Did you speak with the Solicitor General's office about your testimony today?
Yes.
Okay. Did anyone tell you what to say in court today?
No.
Okay. All right. You mentioned that insurance paid for your truck. Is that correct?
Yes.
Was that your insurance company?
No.
Okay.
The owner of the blue car, their insurance company, paid me for my truck.
Okay.
You have no further questions at this time.
All right, redirect, Mr. Ison.
Just one, Your Honor. As far as the color of the blue passenger vehicle, it wasn't a dark blue.
No,
Okay, so do me a favor and try to explain the color blue. Was it light blue, just blue?
I called it a bright blue. Somebody said that might be petty blue. There was a blue paint on my truck.
Okay. All right, that's all I have, Your Honor.
All right, recross.
No, Your Honor.
All right. You have completed your testimony, sir, which means you're released. You're free to stay here in the courtroom out in the gallery or go as you please.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Mr. Ison, you may call your next witness.
Thank you, Your Honor. I would call Trooper First Class Marcus Baker to the stand.
And Your Honor, at this time, I would like to invoke the rule of sequestration.
Okay. Each of you take a moment, scan the courtroom. If any other, you can come on up, Trooper. Scan the courtroom. If anyone else is, any other witnesses are here, they need to step outside, not discuss the case or do any homework from there. So if the deputies will step out, and if you have anybody, Mr. White, if you have your people step out as well. All right, you may continue.
All right. Can you please raise your right hand? You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you are prepared to give in this pending matter in the State Court of Spalding County shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
All right, you can have a seat. Could you please state your name for the record?
Trooper Ann Baker with the Georgia State Patrol,
Okay. And how are you employed?
through Department of Public Safety, Georgia State Patrol.
Okay. And how long have you been employed by the Georgia State Patrol?
Approximately 3 years.
Okay. And have you, are you peace officer standards and training post for short certified?
Yes, sir.
Okay, please describe the training necessary to become post certified. Just a brief explanation of what it is.
That's fine. So I came to the state of Georgia from Florida. So I went through an equivalency of training program. So I had to take in Florida, you take a 6-month academy and take a state exam at the end. When I came up to here, I had to take a 200 question state exam and 5 proficiencies in driving and firearms.
All right, I'll take a moment, turn your phones off.
Then once I went through trooper school, it's 13 weeks of trooper school.
Okay. All right. And have you had any specialized DUI training?
Yes, in Florida and through state of Georgia.
Okay. And what type of without going to too many specifics, what type of specialized DUI training have you had?
I've had a standardized field sobriety training through Florida and Georgia, which is the NHTSA standard course. And then also I've had A-RIDE and marijuana impaired driving, advanced marijuana impaired driving.
Okay. Well, at this point, let me direct your attention to the morning of December 15th, 2024. On that date and time, did you have the occasion to investigate an accident involving a hit and run?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And approximately what time did you arrive on scene?
I'd say approximately 8:30.
Okay. And were you in uniform, including your badge?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And were you in a marked police vehicle?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And was this in Spalding County?
Yes, sir.
Where in Spalding County was it?
Beyond Georgia 3, I believe after the intersection with Malier.
Okay. And did you come into contact with a Charles Harvey Davis at the scene of the collision?
At a nearby parking lot, I came in contact.
Okay.
The vehicle was already moved out of the roadway.
Okay. And what did you observe once you got there?
When I first arrived, I observed his pickup truck, the red pickup truck, that have the rear driver's side where the wheel well is impacted.
Okay.
So like the wheel was disabled, I guess, so.
Okay. And what road was this on again?
Georgia 3.
Okay. And is that a divided roadway?
It is, yes, sir.
And were the lanes clearly marked?
Yes, sir, they are.
Okay. And which lane did the collision occur in?
Based off of what I was told, it was in the right lane coming southbound, the number 2 lane.
Okay. And were there any skid marks where the collision occurred?
I did not observe any when I went up and down.
Okay. And was there any indication that you could find that Mr. Davis had left his lane of travel?
No, sir.
And what were the road conditions at that time in place?
It was a clear day or partly cloudy, light traffic Sunday morning. There ain't too much traffic on Georgia 3 around that.
Okay. And based on your training experience and any and all evidence you observed or collected at the scene, did it appear to you that another vehicle left its lane of travel and struck Mr. Davis's vehicle?
Based off of the impact damage in the statement is what I based it off of.
Okay. And what kind of vehicle was Mr. Davis driving?
The red pickup truck.
Okay. I know some of this sounds repetitive. I'm just trying to make sure it's all clear.
You're fine.
And can you please describe again the damage that Mr. Davis's vehicle sustained?
Yes, so most of the damage was in the wheel well. I believe that truck's kind of like a fiberglass looking body, so a lot of it's kind of white at that point, red and white from the damage. And then, like I said, the wheel was, if you will, kind of canted in.
And which wheel is this?
This is the rear driver's side.
Okay. And did you have a dash camera running while you were on the scene with Mr. Davis?
That I did, yes, sir.
Okay, and was it recording?
It was, yes, sir.
Was your camera operational that day?
Yes, sir.
And where is it located?
The camera, that is, right above, right at the headliner and the front windshield.
Okay. And you're trained in how to operate that machine?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And it was operating that day?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And have you seen this video?
Yes, sir, I have.
Okay. Are there any additions or deletions to the video?
No, sir.
Okay. And is the video a fair and accurate depiction of the scene of the collision and your interaction with Mr. Davis?
This scene of where the investigation was conducted.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
And who all is on that video?
I believe all you can see is just myself, Deputy Carr, Mr. Davis.
Mr. Davis? Okay. And have you used the same or similar video recording equipment prior to this occasion?
Yes, sir.
Approximately how many times?
Thousands of times. We had the same camera system down in Florida.
Okay. And what do you do with the video footage after recording it?
You don't do anything. You just save it, and it does its own thing. It uploads automatically to a secure cloud.
To a secure file? Okay, and the video is stored safely there?
It is, yes, sir.
Is it then distributed to other qualified agencies like other law enforcement agencies or offices, prosecutors' offices like the district attorney or the solicitor general's office?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and it's supplied digitally, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Your Honor, at this time, I would tender Trooper First Class Marcus Baker's video as State's Exhibit number 2.
All right, any objection from the defense?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, State's Exhibit 2 is tendered and admitted without objection.
Okay, Your Honor, I'm almost set up over here. Give me a couple seconds, and I think we can. I need. All right, Your Honor, I am ready. There should be audio, Your Honor. Let me check.
It should be about 10 seconds then.
Okay, from the racetrack headed southbound. Between Moliere Road and here, a light blue car. It doesn't know exactly where between. Somewhere between the two. The light blue car hit him. And
You were in the right lane? You were on 3 or Moliere? Where it happened?
I'm on this expressway coming south.
Yes, sir. Yes, it's the right lane. I guess I'm doing about 50.
Yes, sir.
Bang.
It was after the intersection, though?
It's between this one and the next one.
Okay, cool. That sounds good. Do you have any injuries?
No.
All right. You need a wrecker?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. I'll get my son. We can get a car and I'm driving home.
Okay.
Anyway, he hits the truck in the rear. The truck leaves. He gets ticket. His defense was, how can I hit somebody in the room and there's nobody here?
You didn't mean to stick around for anything?
Nah, you're good.
All right, appreciate it, my man.
Nah, no worries. Be safe. I'll see you around.
Have a good one.
Okay, Your Honor, at this point, there's a long period of silence that I've discussed with Mr. White. I would speed it up to approximately 4 minutes, 48 seconds.
All right, is that acceptable, Mr. White?
Yes, sir.
All right.
He hit you in the back first, huh? Yeah. Okay. And he drove into you? Or was it he came over and hit you and went back? Do you know which it was?
I'm guessing, because I didn't see him until I got the whack.
Right.
He was coming up, I'm thinking, at a pretty good rate of speed. Maybe tried to go around, didn't make it, so I'm guessing his right front hit my left rear.
Okay, and he wrote
He went all around me and I said,
okay, yeah.
Stop. He just kept going.
Yeah, I get how it happened.
Again, Your Honor, a long period of silence until on or about 7 minutes, 25 seconds. So let's see. Okay.
No, are you injured? Were you wearing your seatbelt? Yes. Is your address current? Is your address current on your license? Alrighty. Thank you. And put all this. You said it was a passenger car?
Yes.
And it was blue, you said?
Yes.
You don't know the make or model?
No.
Can you tell me around to?
I was surprised.
Say what now?
I was surprised when I got hit. Thought he was going to pull up. He or she, I don't know.
Right. Well, let me print this out for you. I'm gonna head over with him, see if we can chalk something up for you on finding this guy. And you say you got someone coming to help you with the tire?
I'll get my son.
Okay.
Guys live about a mile.
Yeah. Is 770-228-7048 still a good phone number? Alrighty. Oh, that's what that is? Well, if we can't get a hold of you, we'll leave a voicemail.
Yeah, that'll work. I got an answer.
Yep, I was gonna say. Let me get out my head. Do a quick walk around and you'll be So this here's your crash number. It takes 3 to 5 business days for it to be in the system. And this is a website you can get a copy of it at, all right?
Okay.
If we end up finding out who he is, and I get their insurance information, all that will be on the report, okay? Yes, sir. Yeah, I guess I would say he struck you here, and he just, well, like you said, he was in your lane when he hit you. You never crossed over. Exactly. Yeah. All right. We'll be
Yeah, I still have no idea why they showed the pub video. I said that in the intro. I don't know why. And the only thing I can think of is like, oh, this is how this guy reacts when the police try to talk to him. Maybe it was showing a pattern of him being drunk. I don't know. But the next body cam video that we watch, it's the actual incident that he was arrested for and that he's on trial for. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe just to show a pattern. I'm still clueless.
in contact with you. We'll see what we come up with.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir. You have a good rest of your day.
Okay, you too.
Yeah, I hear you.
5291 Let's see if it popped up on that. Alright, so go north of Atlanta.
All right, you put the lights back on. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay,
What?
from the racetrack.
Oh, that's on me. Sorry, that was my bad.
Is that playing on there?
Sorry, Mr. Ison, that was my fault.
No problem. It shouldn't be playing. Oh, that's what I don't understand. Okay. Okay, Trooper Baker. Now that we've seen that video, I've got a couple of other questions to ask you. Later that same day, did you have the occasion to come into contact with the defendant in this case, Christopher Stringer?
Yes, sir.
And under what circumstances did you come into contact with the defendant later in the day?
Can you clarify that question?
Like, where did you see him when you came into contact with him later?
Okay.
Was it still in Spalding County? I'll start with
It
that.
was still in Spalding County off of Experiment.
Okay. And tell us about what happened.
So when I arrived, originally I had heard over the radio from Spalding. They believe they had found the vehicle involved in the crash from earlier. So when I had responded out there, I believe I heard on the way out there that they had somebody fighting with them, and then shortly after they had them in custody. And when I say fighting, I just mean it could be fighting, resisting, what have you, just a struggle, if you will, right? So that's, whenever we hear that over the radio, that's what it could be from one end to the other, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'm trying to say. So shortly after they said they had the subject in custody, when I had gotten there, I had made contact with Mr. Stringer. I had made contact with deputies first. They had told me what had occurred and everything like that, and had told me about the damage onto the vehicle. I had inspected the vehicle, spoke with them, and then shortly after that, I made contact with Mr. Stringer.
Okay. And you see Mr. Stringer in the courtroom here today.
Yes, sir.
Could you please point him out for the record?
Sitting at the defense table in a blue blazer. Yes, sir.
Okay. Please let the record reflect that Trooper Baker has identified the defendant in this case, Christopher Stringer. And again, just to be sure, this was also in Spalding County?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And where was the defendant when you arrived on scene?
He was already secured in the back seat of a sheriff's office patrol vehicle.
Did you ever see his Georgia driver's license?
I don't recall if I saw his physical license. All I know is once I had performed a query on the computer for it, it also pops up a picture so confirming it that it was him.
Okay. Well, did you ever see the defendant walk, or was he already in a police vehicle?
He was already secured in the back of a police car.
And upon your arrival, did you get to look at the car the defendant had been driving?
Yes. So when I got there, I had walked around the vehicle, and I believe that I believe it was the front bumper was in the trunk. So between that and the front passenger side, was more damage there, and there was red paint transfer between those two parts.
Okay, so are you talking about, like, I'm not putting words in your mouth, but like the passenger side, you said right front quarter panel?
Yeah, in front of the tire.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. And was it extensive damage?
Well, I would say it is to where the bumper came off and was secured into the trunk. Yes.
Okay.
But drivable.
Okay. And at that point in time, did you link it in any way to the hit and run collision you had investigated earlier that morning?
Yes, based off of time framing and camera feeds that we had, that helped us match that all up.
Okay. And during all this, how close were you to the defendant at the scene?
Once I'm open the back door, so he's standing in the chair and I'm just standing right there at the back door.
Okay. And when you did that, did you notice any odor about the defendant's person that you could identify?
Yes, overwhelming odor of an alcoholic beverage emitted from the vehicle in his person.
Okay. So the car smelled like it too?
Yeah, it was overwhelming. Yes, sir.
Okay.
He was feeding alcohol to the car. Everyone was drinking. They were having a good time, but no one else was. Just them.
And where did it appear to be coming from?
From Mr. Stringer. I spoke to Deputy Carr just outside the vehicle, so it obviously wasn't coming from him. From sitting in his car all day. So.
Okay. And did you hear the defendant talk while you were at the scene?
Very lightly. Very few words. I believe it might have just been like one-word answers.
Okay. And what, if anything, did you observe about the defendant's face or eyes?
Yeah, so the manifestations were consistent with alcohol impairment. Between that and the odor, bloodshot, watery eyes.
Okay. And what did you observe, if anything, about the defendant's behavior or demeanor?
I would have to review theirs to fully remember.
Well, I'm talking about just you.
Well, I don't really recall if much eye contact was made or much, because I was receiving one-word answers or head nods, and I do recall from my video that at one point I told him I needed a verbal answer. So,
okay,
very short and brief.
Just to you, did the defendant say whether or not he had been drinking?
No, so open the back door since he's in handcuffs, since he's already been, whether you're detained or in handcuffs or under arrest, detained or under arrest, we're going to read you your Miranda rights. So that was the first thing that I did.
Okay. Well, first, before we get to that, at that point, did you ask the defendant to perform any standardized field sobriety tests?
No, the first thing I'm going to do if you're in handcuffs is read you Miranda.
Okay. And before we get to that, as a law enforcement officer, have you had the occasion to observe people who are under the influence of alcohol? Yes, between working down in Florida and up here 9 years, I've observed many. I was an intoxilizer operator down in Florida. So even if I didn't arrest somebody or if I didn't run them through field sobriety or see driving behaviors or anything like that, I would have a subject in front of me. They would perform on the breathalyzer and I would see results consistent with their manifestations off of the intoxilizer. Okay. And are the manifestations you observed when you encountered the defendant consistent with someone who had been drinking alcohol? Yes, sir. Okay. And based upon your experience and your formal training and from what you observed of defendant at the scene, his speech, actions, demeanor, odor of alcohol, all of which I've asked you about, do you have an opinion on whether or not the defendant was under the influence of alcohol to the extent that he was a less safe driver?
Yes, sir. It's that and being in actual physical control of the motor vehicle.
Okay. Let's see, you've already done that. And did you Mirandize the defendant?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And what was his response?
No.
No, so he did not wish to talk with you.
Correct.
Okay. And did you read the defendant the applicable Georgia implied consent warnings?
Yes, sir. Immediately after.
Okay. Which one did you read?
The green card that were issued.
Is that for over 21?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And at that point, had you had determined that he was over 21 years of age?
Yes, sir. I believe I asked him out. So after I read him Miranda, he said no. I had explained to him that what I'm about to read him doesn't have to do with Miranda. It has to do with implied consent. And I needed a yes or no. And I understood he did not wish to speak to me, but I needed a yes or no in reference to the implied consent. And I had asked him how old he was.
Okay. And do you have that card with you today?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can you please read that card that you have to read the card that you read to the defendant to the jury?
So like I said, we would tell you, hey, when I get done reading you this, I need yes or no. Anything besides yes or no will be taken as a no. It's a refusal. Do you understand? They'll say yes. And you say, well, I'm about to read Georgia implied consent notice. Yes, usually how old they are, they'll tell you. And then you say, this is implied consent notice for suspects age 21 or over. The state of Georgia has conditioned your privilege to drive upon the highways of this state. Upon your submission to state-administered chemical tests of your blood, breath, urine, or other bodily substances for the purpose of determining if you are under the influence of alcohol or drugs. If you refuse this testing, your Georgia driver's license or privilege to drive on the highways of this state will be suspended for a minimum period of 1 year. Your refusal.
Remember when I said about a half hour ago that I really liked the prosecutor because he was short and to the point? Yeah, we don't need to hear this. We don't need to hear what implied consent is or Miranda. Just tell the juror in the jury instructions. We don't need to read this on the record.
To submit to blood or urine testing may be offered into evidence against you at trial. If you submit to testing and the results indicate an alcohol concentration of 0.08 grams or more, your Georgia driver's license or privilege to drive on the highways of the state may be suspended for a minimum period of 1 year. After first submitting to the requested state test, you are entitled to additional chemical tests of your blood, breath, urine, or other bodily substances at your own expense and from qualified personnel of your own choosing. Will you submit to the state-administered chemical test of your, and then in parentheses it says designate which test, which in this situation was for blood.
Okay. And what was the defendant's response?
No.
Okay. And you read that to the defendant verbatim, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. At this time, I would tender that card as state's exhibit number, I believe we're on 3. And Judge, if it pleases the court, I will take the card now and do it, but I will submit it also as a picture file on a thumb drive.
That sounds great. Mr. White, your objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, State's Exhibit 3 is tendered and admitted. We'll swap his out for a copy for now, and then we'll do the digital when we're done. So on the next break, we'll sort all that out. So,
okay, thank you, Your Honor. And at that point, after you read implied consent and defendant refused, what did you do at that point?
I believe I met them. I met because the sheriff's office transported. So I got a wrecker en route, towed the vehicle, and I would have went to the jail and delivered paperwork in reference to this case.
Okay. That's all the questions I have at this time, Your Honor.
all right, Mr. White, cross.
Good afternoon, Trooper Baker.
Good afternoon.
So to clarify, you did not personally witness the crash in this case, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And when you arrived, Mr. Stringer was not on the scene?
Correct. Yes, sir.
Okay. And you never saw Mr. Stringer operating any motor vehicle, is that correct?
Yes, sir. That is correct.
Okay. In fact, you never saw Mr. Stringer driving at all on December 15, 2024.
Correct.
And you never personally observed any traffic violation by Mr. Stringer.
Correct. Yes, sir.
Holy wow. How to ask the same question 3 times? Did you see him driving? No. Did you watch him operating a vehicle on the state? No. Did you see him do a traffic violation? No. All right. We get the point. He wasn't the person that witnessed this. All right. Come on, defense attorney.
So when Mr. Davis, when you spoke with him, he initially described the vehicle as a light blue vehicle. Is that correct?
I believe from what the video I saw, I believe Deputy Carr told me light blue. And then I believe when I spoke to Mr. Davis, I believe he had said blue. So where the light blue comes from might have been between him and Deputy Carr earlier before I had got there.
Okay. But Deputy Carr, let me answer that question differently. But light blue would have initially come from the victim, Mr. Davis. Is that correct?
If it came from, I understand what you're saying. Yes, sir. Yeah.
Okay. And while doing investigation, either you or some other troopers also stopped a different vehicle in connection with this case. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. That's correct.
It was a different blue vehicle?
It was. Yes, sir.
And you determined that vehicle was not involved in the crash?
Correct. Unrelated.
Okay. Did you obtain or talk to any other witnesses who potentially could have seen Mr. Stringer drive his vehicle?
No, sir.
Did you go to any of the neighboring businesses to see if they had any surveillance video?
No, sir. I believe that part is pretty rural, right around that area.
Okay. So, is your testimony that there were no neighboring businesses with potential surveillance video?
Not that I know of. I don't remember the name of the racetrack up the road, but I guess maybe they might have drove past that one coming down 3. But that camera, from working crashes, that camera's not really that great. You can see the intersection, but it ain't the best.
Okay. But you didn't attempt to go to see if you could look at that camera?
No, sir.
Okay. So when you arrived at the location of Mr. Stringer and his vehicle, that was around 12:45, is that right?
If that's what it is down, yes, sir.
So that'll be about more than 4 hours after the reported crash time?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you said that it was found in a vacant loft off of Railroad Avenue and School Street?
Off of Experiment in the vacant lot, yes, sir.
Okay.
Over the tracks.
Is that on Georgia 3 or is that a completely different road?
No, it's off of it. It's off of it, yeah.
About how far would you say that is from the crash site?
A good couple miles, yes, sir.
Okay. So you stated that you had found a damaged fender in the truck of Mr. Stringer's vehicle?
Yes, sir.
And you noticed some paint transfer on the vehicle?
Yes,
on the fender, I'm sorry.
Between the fender that was attached and the bumper, yes, sir.
Did you conduct any forensic testing of the paint transfer?
No, sir.
So that means you didn't send any paint samples to a crime lab?
No, sir.
Okay. And did you have that fender or Mr. Stringer's vehicle analyzed by an expert?
No, sir.
Did you take any measurements of the damage that occurred?
No, sir.
Did you take any measurements of the damage on Mr. Davis's vehicle?
No, sir.
Did you conduct any formal accident reconstruction analysis in this case?
No, sir. It would be uncommon to do all those things in a crash of like this.
But it is possible, is that correct?
Yes, sir. It is possible.
Okay. You stated that you had smelled an odor of alcohol from Mr. Stringer, is that right?
Yes, sir.
But you also noted that it was 4 hours between the alleged crash and you finding Mr. Stringer?
Yes, sir.
So could you tell how much alcohol Mr. Stringer had consumed?
No, sir.
Could you tell when he had consumed alcohol?
Well, judging from the odor, it'd be extended. I mean, he's, if you will, right, sweating and profuse, and it's in the air at that point in the vehicle. So it would have to go through the body and digest and all that kind of stuff.
Okay. But just to clarify, you were saying that it had been 4 hours in between these two incidents?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You stated that Mr. Stringer's eyes were bloodshot and watery,
Yes, sir.
but you were also aware that Mr. Stringer was tased prior to you interacting with him. Is that correct?
That's correct. Yes, sir.
Do you carry a taser on you as part of your standard equipment?
Yes, sir.
Have you deployed that taser before?
Yes, sir.
So you've had the chance to see the effect of a taser on individuals.
Yes, sir.
Is it possible for watery eyes to be caused by a taser?
It is. Yes, sir.
Is it possible for watery eyes to be caused by stress?
Yes, sir.
So in other words, bloodshot eyes can be caused by things other than alcohol.
Yes, sir.
Did you? I'm going to skip that. You noted that when Mr. Stringer spoke with you, he spoke, I believe he said very softly. Is that correct?
From what I recall, and you can tell the quality of our cameras aren't the best. And when I get so far away from the vehicle, the mic tends to cut in and out. So from what I reviewed, that's what I recalled from it. Maybe Deputy Carr had a camera in his backseat or their body's camera, and it could have been better quality. So
Understood. But would you state that speaking softly a sign of intoxication?
no, sir, no, it's just
Are people who are nervous I apologize. People who are nervous also speak softly. Is that correct?
yes, sir.
So you stated that Mr. Stringer refused to submit to blood testing.
Yes, sir.
So would it have been possible for you to get a warrant in this case?
Yes, sir. So if it's not a serious injury or a fatality, I mean, he's well within his right to refuse. And if there's not someone else seriously injured or where life has been lost, I do not see the need in pressing the matter with a warrant.
Okay. But you could have obtained a warrant in the case.
You can, yes, sir.
Okay.
Wait till you see the video. They could have taken a sample from a Budweiser can and got the same alcohol level that was in his blood.
Your Honor, I have no further questions at this time.
All right, Mr. Ison, redirect.
Just a few, Your Honor. Actually, just one. Based on the line of questioning that you just went through, I ask you a question along those same lines. Is the odor of alcohol, can it be caused by nervousness or tasing?
No, sir.
So, Your Honor.
All right, read across.
No, Your Honor.
All right, you're released. You've completed your test.
Yeah. The taser shot the alcohol out of my sweat. That's why you smelled that. All right. I liked it. I like the question.
Samantha, you're free to stay or go, please.
Your
But
Honor,
yes.
could Mr. White and I approach for just a moment?
come on up.
Just for housekeeping.
Sure.
Nothing. All right, Your Honor. Next witness. Excuse me. Can't say witness. The next witness the state would call will be Lieutenant Jacob Strock.
All right, I believe he's out in the hallway out there.
Yeah, I actually thought about that once I said it. It's like that actually probably doesn't make sense. Yeah, so we're just gonna roll with it though. We're gonna roll with it and say it was a very intelligent point that I made. German, stop it. Stop calling me out.
All right, Lieutenant, you can come on up and take the stand, and Mr. Ison will swear you in.
All right. Would you please raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear affirm the testimony you were prepared to give in the pending matter today in the state court of Spalding County will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
All right, you can be seated. Would you please state your name for the record?
Jacob Strock.
Okay, and how are you employed?
Spalding County Sheriff's Office.
Whoa. Why we got to get political? We don't do that here. And Ohio isn't necessarily a blue state. It goes back and forth. It does. I don't think Ohio is considered a blue state either, even by definition. But anyways, let's relax with the politics.
How long have you been with the Spalding County Sheriff's Office?
Approximately 14. No, I'm sorry. July of 2017, so 9 years.
Okay. And have you completed the peace officer standards and training long for post? Are you post certified?
I am.
And could you briefly describe the training necessary to become post certified?
In 2010, when I went through, it was approximately a 408-hour course that covered criminal law, traffic law, criminal procedures, shooting, driving, just the basic stuff that we deal with on a daily.
Okay. And very briefly, not going to get too detailed, have you had any specialized DUI training?
I have been through SFST, which is standard field sobriety training.
Okay. And at this point, let me direct your attention to the morning of December 15th, 2024. On that date, did you have the occasion to come into contact with the defendant, in this case, Christopher Stringer?
I did.
Okay, can you identify the defendant in the courtroom today?
He has a white shirt, blue suit sitting at the defendant's table.
Please let the record reflect that Lieutenant Strzok has identified the defendant in this case, Christopher Stringer. Approximately what time did you arrive on scene?
And that I live here, Bill. Come on. No, Ohio's weird. Ohio is actually, I think Ohio is traditionally a red state, but the major cities, Cleveland, Columbus, Cincinnati, the major cities are blue, but it's red the rest of the state. So it really just depends on the election, whether or not there's enough blue in the cities to overturn the red. Doesn't happen often, but it does happen. So yeah, that's Ohio. Yay, I love Ohio.
I believe it was around 11:47, so just before noon.
Okay. And were you in uniform, including your badge?
I was.
Okay, and were you in a marked police vehicle?
I was.
And was this in Spalding County?
It was.
Where in Spalding County was it?
It's the old Springs Global. It's abandoned now. I believe the address is 349 Railroad Street. It's inside Spalding County.
Okay. And tell me about what happened. Where did you first see the defendant?
So we were on an unrelated case in the area. I had seen the vehicle as I was driving by previously, just a few moments earlier. The vehicle was parked on the side of the abandoned business in what used to be a parking lot, but now is kind of a trash dumping area. Saw the vehicle there, left it alone while I was working on the other incident. Once that was cleared, I went back by and it was still there, so I got out and made contact with the driver.
Okay. And did you ask, who was the driver?
Mr. Stringer.
Okay. And did you ask the defendant what was going on and how he was doing?
I did.
Okay, and what was his response?
He said that he had been coming from Atlanta to Tacula, got lost, and was taking a break.
Okay, where is Tacula?
Tacula, if I'm not mistaken, is Gwinnett. It's north of Atlanta.
Okay. So he stated he was coming from Atlanta and going to Tacula?
Correct.
Okay, and you found him here in Griffin and Spalding County?
I did.
Okay, are you aware, and you very well may not be, but are you aware whether or not he has any friends or family in Spalding County?
I am not. That was the first time I believe I've met him.
Okay. And did you ask the defendant if he had his driver's license on him and or if he had a valid Georgia driver's license?
I did.
Okay, and what was his response?
He said he did have a valid driver's license, but it was not on his person that he knew of at the moment.
Okay, and did you ask him his name and date of birth?
I did.
Okay. And what state was the defendant's car in? First, describe the car. How about that?
A blue Ford car, and the front passenger side had extensive damage to the quarter panel, and bumper area.
Okay. So it was a blue passenger vehicle, is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. Got them. Did you ask the defendant for any information on his vehicle?
I did. I asked him if the vehicle was registered to him. He said it was not. He gave me the name and I do not recall. I believe he said that was his girlfriend, her father's vehicle.
Okay. And how close were you to defendant at the scene?
Within arm's reach.
Okay. Did you notice any odor about the defendant's person that you could identify?
I did.
And what was that odor?
Of an alcoholic beverage.
Okay. And did you hear the defendant talk while at the scene?
I did.
Okay. Can you describe his speech?
I would say it was a little slurred, but it could have also been that he was appearing to have just tried to wake up from a nap.
Okay. And what, if anything, did you observe about the defendant's face or eyes?
His eyes were a little bit red. Mm-hmm. That's about the only thing I'm recalling at the moment.
Okay. And what did you observe about what, if anything, did you observe about the defendant's behavior or demeanor?
It was standoffish. He was complying, but it was, in the beginning, it was kind of hesitant, but he was complying with my questions, being a little standoffish on some of the questioning. Stayed inside the vehicle.
Okay. And was anybody, at that point in time, was anybody else at the scene besides you and defendant?
Deputy Carr arrived at some point, shortly after I was able to get his information.
Okay. And did the defendant say whether or not he had been drinking?
I don't believe I asked him.
Okay. And as a law enforcement officer, have you had the occasion to observe people who were under the influence of alcohol?
I have.
How many times?
Numerous. I can't give you an exact number.
Gotcha. Are the manifestations you observed when you encountered the defendant consistent with someone who had been drinking alcohol?
They could be.
Okay. And what did you do at that point with his license? Well, with the information you obtained about his name and date of birth, excuse me.
I went back to my patrol vehicle and ran it on the computer that's inside our vehicle. It's called an MDT. And checked his information through GCIC and NCIC on the computer.
Okay, and you're trained to use that MDT terminal in your law enforcement vehicle?
Yes.
I think we just found the Jay Regier of police officers. Yeah, was he on? Do you think he was under the influence? He could have been. I don't know. I was trained to do this. This is what happened. He does not want to make a positive statement. He will not make just, yeah, I think he was drunk. Nothing. Not a great state's witness. But I mean, you know, he's consistent.
Okay. And is that terminal connected to the GBI indicator?
I would imagine so. It's through GCIC.
I see. After running the defendant's name and date of birth, what did you find out?
It returned with a suspended license and a valid warrant.
On an unrelated matter?
Yes, there was a warrant.
Okay. And did you confirm that through dispatch?
I asked them to confirm, yes.
Okay. And what do you, as a law enforcement officer, do when you discover that a driver has a suspended license and an outstanding warrant on an unrelated matter?
As far as suspended license for certain things, they're placed in handcuffs and either detained for further investigation or placed in handcuffs and arrested at the time.
Okay.
Same thing goes with a warrant.
Okay. So at that point, when you found this information out, what did you do?
I went down and attempted to place Mr. Stringer into handcuffs.
Okay. And what happened at that point?
When I got there, Deputy Carr was speaking with him. When Deputy Carr stopped, I asked Mr. Stringer to step out. He kind of hesitated for a second. I reached in and grabbed his hand, or attempted to grab his hand. I believe I got his coat which was probably the stretchiest material I've ever seen before. I was unable to gain control of him as I was asking him to step out of the vehicle. He was saying that he was going to get out, leaned towards the passenger side of the vehicle as if he was either trying to pull away from me to distance himself from me or possibly go for the passenger side. Continued to pull on him, give him verbal commands. Deputy Carl was also standing there in the doorway with me. So I initially went to draw my taser to tase him. Deputy Carr had a better angle. So I went ahead and reholstered my taser, started trying to remove him from the vehicle. Ended up telling Deputy Carr to go ahead and tase him because he had his out already and had a better angle. The first attempt, one of the probes got stuck in the coat, so it didn't have a good connection and it was ineffective. We continued to give verbal commands. He continued to resist by staying inside the vehicle. At one point, it was almost like he was taking his elbow and pushing it against the B post on the door to resist coming out. Continued to say, I'm trying, I'm coming out. What are you doing?
So was he contradicting his words, contradicting his actions?
Correct.
Okay, so he's saying he's trying to get out, but he's pulling away from you and Deputy Sheriff Carr. Is that what you're saying?
Correct. He was not in any way attempting to get out of the vehicle.
Okay.
Deputy Carr deployed a second taser activation, which was effective. We were able to pull him out of the car, place him on the ground face down. I had control of the one hand that I was initially trying to get, which was his left. Went ahead and put it behind his back, started to handcuff it, gave him verbal commands to place his other hand behind his back, to which he complied. Search incident to arrest was conducted, and then EMS was called to respond to give him an evaluation, and he was taken to a patrol car.
This guy loves being tased. He loves it. He loves the ride.
Okay. Excuse me. One quick question. You know, obviously when the defendant was in that car, did you have any idea what was in that car?
No, I did not.
Were you concerned about anything that could have been in that car?
I'm always concerned about that. Yes, sir.
Could you explain that, please?
That is a big unknown for us. Whether it could be he's trying to A, get away. He could have driven off in the vehicle and drug myself or Deputy Carr along. There could have been a weapon inside the vehicle. He knows that vehicle, I don't. He knows what's inside that vehicle, I don't.
Okay, okay, there you go. Now my next question is while all this was going on, so it's going to sound a little silly based on the testimony you've already given, but I have to ask it. So did the defendant resist arrest and thereby obstruct you in your official duty to arrest him?
Yes, sir, he did.
Okay, and you believe he knowingly and willfully was doing that?
Absolutely.
Okay. And on that day, were you wearing a body cam?
I was.
Okay. And was it recording?
It was.
And then so it was operational that day?
Yes, sir.
And where on you was the body camera located?
My body cam sits just below my sternum on my vest.
Okay. And you are trained in the operation of that camera, correct?
I am.
Okay. And have you seen the video?
I have.
Okay. When did you watch it?
In your office this morning.
Okay. Have there been any additions or deletions to that video?
No.
Okay. And is that video a fair and accurate depiction of the events that occurred at that time and place?
Yes.
Who all was on that video in the beginning?
In the beginning, it's just on the video itself is just Mr. Stringer. You can hear me talking, but you don't see me on it.
Okay.
Deputy Carr arrives. Like I said, by the time I was gathering his name and date of birth, I went to go run it. So you'll see him on there as well.
Okay.
During the altercation, I advised dispatch that we were trying to get somebody in custody that was resisting us. So there was a lot more units that arrived, and I couldn't tell you without seeing the video who all they were.
Okay. And have you used the same or similar video recording equipment prior to this occasion?
I have.
How many times?
A lot. Several times a day.
Okay. And what do you do with the video footage after recording it?
The camera itself is taken back to the sheriff's office and placed on what's called a docking station, and it automatically uploads the videos from the camera and places it in the server.
Okay, a secure server?
Yes, sir.
And to retrieve, for anyone to have access or retrieve those videos, they have to file a request, and it has to be a qualifying agency, like another law enforcement agency or a prosecutor's office like mine, correct?
They are some that can get them, yes, sir.
Okay. At this point, Your Honor, I would like to tender Lieutenant Strzok's dash cam video up through the 10-minute mark as state's exhibit number, I believe, 4.
All right, Mr. White, any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, Lieutenant Strzok's body camera video is tendered to admit as states at 4 without objection. Let me know when you're ready and I'll push it up.
All right, we're about to watch the reason why I was drawn to this case. We're also about to watch a video that's more likely to show up on Biggins' channel, not mine. Let's go.
Okay, I'm ready, Your Honor.
All right, if you'll hit the lights.
And again, this is only through the 10-minute mark, Your Honor.
Hey, buddy, what's going on? You doing all right?
Yeah, how are you doing?
Good.
Yeah.
What you doing here?
I was just parking here.
Okay. Where are you from?
I was coming from Atlanta going to Tequila.
Okay. You got your driver's license?
I don't have it on me.
Do you have a valid driver's license?
I do, yes, sir.
What's your name?
That's Chris.
On your driver's license, it's Chris or Christopher? Last name?
Stringer.
Huh?
Stringer. STRNGER.
What's your date of birth?
1691.
What happened to the front of the car?
I was driving, hit something.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Okay. Where'd you hit something?
I was driving down the street and
What street?
I don't know the streets right here.
So you're going from Atlanta to Tequila, right? Tequila's in Gwinnett, so up near Atlanta. You know you ain't nowhere near Atlanta, right? You went the wrong direction. Okay, is this your vehicle?
It's not under my name.
Okay, who's it registered to? Rick Anders? Who is that?
This is my girlfriend's dad.
Okay.
Yeah, so she's using his car to get to work.
He let you borrow it to get to work? Where's your girlfriend?
She's at home.
Okay. Alright, well just hang tight here with my partner, alright? Which one?
The one that I worked on this morning.
Oh, well, talk to him. Good, how are you? Don't. I hear you.
DC-23. Name of date of birth when you're ready.
Yeah, I think this might be a hit and run from earlier this morning.
Jejuan. Date of birth is 4/17 of 19. 10-23.
Huh.
Solving 223. Good. Always affordable, 1076. 7.
Poor fella. Two or 3 days back.
2-3.
You confirm 99 on that subject I just ran? He won't tell you nothing?
He explained it to you and he won't explain it to me.
I did my best to explain it.
What he told me is if you're driving on the road and hit something.
Yeah,
he
so
don't
I
know
asked-
what road and he don't know where.
I asked if he was on 1941. He goes, I don't know what the road that is.
I told him I was trying to drive back. I took a wrong turn. And
Yeah.
I've been trying to get back ever since. I don't have my phone on me. So I've just been doing my best since then.
He says
Okay.
his wallet could be in the trunk.
Yes, sir.
Oh, all right.
So I did my best to explain everything I did.
Okay. But do me another favor and step out of the car for me. Step out.
I'm trying. Why are you pulling
You're going to get tased if you don't get out.
I'm doing my best to get out of the car.
You get out of the car, you're going to get tased.
Why are you guys pulling me? I'm trying to.
Get out.
Look, I'm trying to
Get out now or you will be tased.
I'm trying.
Get out.
Why am I getting pulled?
Get out.
I'm trying to.
You're about to be tased. Get out of the car now.
I'm trying to.
Get out of the car.
Why are you guys pulling
Get
me
out.
I'm trying my best.
Get out.
Pull the trigger.
Why? I'm trying to get out.
Get out. Get out.
Why are you guys?
10-10.
I'm trying. Can I get out? Why are you guys pulling me out?
Get out of the car.
I'm trying. Why are you guys pulling me out?
Get out now or you will be tased again.
Why are you guys pulling me out? Can I stand up by myself? Ow!
Ow! Get out.
Ow!
Get his other hand. Get his other hand. Put it behind your back.
Put it on your back now.
I don't know what I did.
Do not move.
I don't know what I did.
236 dispatch.
What did I do? I have no idea what I did. I'm sorry. I'm not resisting.
Yes, you are.
You resisted. When we told you get out, you didn't get out.
You guys started pulling me when
1095. Also, taser deployed ×2. Have EMS in or out.
Taser's off.
What did I do? What did I do? I didn't know we were gonna get both tasers in the first half of the video. We're not even halfway through the trial yet. Man, I don't know what I'm gonna do to make you guys excited on Sunday.
I got two of the pro. One's in his stomach.
It hit the coat.
What's the other one?
Y'all good? Yeah. You got them all?
Yeah, I got all four.
All right.
My car's right there behind the trucks.
I am one before. I swear to God I was. If you get out of this plane, but you sort of yanking that.
Yeah, Hey, 95. If we're talking about the registered number, it's showing 728, 728.
Going back. Go on.
Hey, keep leaning this way. Double lock those cuffs for me.
Okay, did you see anything that in that video that contradicted any testimony you've given here today?
No, sir.
Okay. And as you walked back to the car after running defendant on GCIC, were you on, for lack of a better term, heightened alert?
Yes.
Okay. Because what was your intention at that point?
To place him in handcuffs?
Okay. And again, going back to before the video, you didn't know what was in that car, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And the actions you took there, were they in accord with the Spalding County Sheriff's Office use of force policy or whatever term you use for it?
They were.
They were. Okay. And did you ever search the defendant's vehicle or anything like that?
I believe I went back and the money that was taken out of his pocket, I went ahead and collected all of that, took account of it, placed it in an evidence bag and sent it to detention so it could be placed on his property and would not get misplaced. And then the rear hatch area had some vehicle parts in it from his vehicle.
And what do you mean by vehicle parts?
Parts of the car that were missing from the accident. I believe it was a chunk of the quarter panel and maybe a piece of a bumper.
Okay. Was there any evidence of any kind, such as fiberglass transfer or anything like that, that you observed in, on, or around the damage to the blue passenger vehicle that the defendant was driving?
Not that I recall.
Okay. Inside and around the vehicle, do you recall if you observed any evidence of empty containers of alcohol that would suggest the defendant had been drinking there on scene?
Not that I recall.
Okay. And it is an official duty of yours to...
Yeah, but he was picking up the pieces so they wouldn't match it to his car. He thought he was being slick. They found him anyways.
Arrest someone that you ran. The GCIC tells you it has a suspended license or an outstanding warrant on an unrelated matter. That is one of your official duties, correct?
Correct.
And were you trying to lawfully discharge those duties?
I was.
Okay, and did the defendant obstruct or hinder you in doing that?
Yes.
And after your testimony and watching the video, you believe he did that knowingly and willfully?
Yes.
No further questions at this time, Your Honor.
Cross.
I can't wait for this.
Afternoon, Lieutenant Strzok.
Afternoon, how are you?
I'm doing good. Lieutenant Strzok, you did not witness any collision between any two vehicles on December 15, 2024. Is that correct?
That is correct.
All right, everybody take a minute, turn your phones off, please.
Your first encounter with Mr. Stringer, that was around approximately 12 noon. Is that correct?
It was around that time, yes, sir.
And Mr. Stringer was not driving when you found him. Is that correct?
He was in the driver's seat and had constructive control, but the vehicle was not in motion. That is correct.
Was the engine off when you found him?
I believe so.
You said it on direct that you detected the odor of alcohol from Mr. Stringer. Is that correct?
Yes,
But you did not discuss any odor of alcohol with Mr. Stringer. Is that right?
that is correct.
And you didn't ask him if he had been drinking that day at all?
That is correct.
Did you ask him how long he had been in the vacant lot?
I do not believe so.
You said that prior to the incident with asking him to get out of the vehicle, Mr. Stringer was complying with all of your questions.
Yes,
And you said that the reason that you were approaching Mr. Stringer was to put him in handcuffs.
the second time, yes, sir.
Did you notify Mr. Stringer that you were going to put him in the handcuffs?
After I told him to get out of the car and he resisted.
Did you notify him before you had asked him to get out of the vehicle?
No, I didn't.
And when you asked him to get out of the vehicle, you gave him, let's say, maybe 1 to 2 seconds to comply with getting out of the vehicle. Is that correct?
Possibly.
Was Mr. Stringer, prior to you restraining him, being belligerent in any way?
Not that I'm aware of.
Was he yelling at you in any way?
No, sir.
Was he being aggressive in any way?
No, sir.
You said that you observed damage to the front passenger side of Mr. Stringer's vehicle?
Yes,
And you said you observed red paint transfer on the vehicle. Is that correct?
I did not say that.
Okay. You did not observe any red paint transfer on the vehicle?
Not that I recall.
Okay. Did you conduct any forensic analysis on Mr. Stringer's vehicle?
I did not.
Did you take any measurements of the damage?
I did not.
Did you go back to try to examine the other vehicle? Would you describe Mr. Stringer's vehicle color as light blue or as a bright blue?
I guess it would depend on your opinion, but I would say it's probably bright, not dark.
Okay. You also stated that you observed Mr. Stringer's eyes were a bit red, I believe, was your testimony on direct. Is that correct?
Yes,
And you also noted that he had seemingly just woken up from a nap. Is that also correct?
possibly.
Did he appear that he was just waking up?
When I had driven by the first time, moments before I got out, several minutes before, I could see somebody inside the vehicle sitting up. So had he been asleep, it was for a very short time.
Okay. You said you believe that Mr. Stringer was knowingly and willfully obstructing you,
Yes,
but you would agree that you don't know what Mr. Stringer was thinking during the time that you were restraining him. Is that correct?
that is correct.
When you did a search of Mr. Stringer's vehicle, did you find any guns or weapons of any kind?
No,
And you said you did not recall seeing any empty containers within or around Mr. Stringer's vehicle?
Correct.
Okay. Your Honor, I have no further questions at this time.
Redirect.
Nothing further, Your Honor.
All right, you're released from your subpoena, and then you are free to go.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Okay, this pattern we've fallen into is working really well, so we're going to keep it. So we're going to give them a second to get reset. I'm going to have y'all go ahead and bring in over the break your next witness. So y'all follow my instructions. Again, you're to make this decision based off of the witnesses that testified, the exhibits that are placed in the record, and the law that I gave you, and nothing else. Don't do anything, and don't do anything I haven't told you before. Go ahead and step out, knock as soon as you're ready. We'll have the next one lined up, and we'll be ready to go. All right, with that said, if you turned your phones on.
All right. We're not quite at the halfway mark. I want to go a little bit further. So we're going to do one more witness. We got one more witness, and then we'll call it a night.
While you're out there, please turn them back off. And the state has their next witness. Mr. Eisen, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Your Honor. Next witness, the state will call Your Honor's Deputy Sheriff Richard Carr. Would you please stand for me? Would you please raise your right hand? You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you are prepared to give in the pending matter in the state court of Spalding County shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
All right, you can be seated. Excuse me. Would you please state your name for the record?
Richard Carr,
And how are you employed?
Spalding County Sheriff's Office.
Okay. And how long have you been with the Spalding County Sheriff's Office?
Coming up on 6 years.
Okay. And what is your rank? Just deputy sheriff?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And are you peace officer standards and training post certified?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And briefly, can you describe the training necessary to become post certified?
When I went through the academy, it was 408 hours of criminal law, traffic law, defensive tactics, firearms, all the things necessary to do law enforcement.
Okay. And back on December 15th, 2024, did you have the occasion to come into contact with the defendant in this case, one Christopher Stringer?
Yes, sir, I did.
Okay. And approximately what time did you arrive on scene? Well, first, let me say this. On scene, by on scene, I mean an accident on Georgia 3 on the morning of December 15th, 2024.
I believe it was around 8:30 in the morning.
Okay. Were you in uniform, including your badge?
Yes, sir.
And were you in a marked police vehicle?
Yes, sir.
And was this in Spalding County?
Yes, sir.
Where in Spalding County was it?
The Shamrock gas station on the corner of School and North Expressway, or no, Highway 1941.
Okay. And when you got there, this road you just described, is that a divided roadway?
Yes, sir.
Were the lanes clearly marked?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And do you know which lane the collision occurred in?
If I recall, I believe it occurred in the right-hand lane on the southbound side.
Okay. And did you ever see any skid marks anywhere where the collision occurred?
I personally never went to the lane of travel where the accident occurred. I met with the victim of the accident at the Shamrock gas station, and that is where my entire interaction with him was at.
Okay, understood. What kind of vehicle was Mr. Davis? That was the person who got hit. Mr. Charles Harvey Davis. What kind of vehicle was he driving?
I believe an older model Ford F-150.
Okay. And did you observe the damage that Mr. Davis's vehicle sustained?
Yes, sir, I did.
Could you please describe that damage to the court?
On the left rear wheel, the tire was completely flat. The rim was bent. And then the fender well on that particular body style, it had one of the flared out fender wells. That was also completely damaged on the bed.
Okay. And what color was the Ford F-150?
I believe a reddish color.
Okay. And then later that same day, well, hold on. Do you know during the collision, did the driver of the other vehicle return to the scene of the collision, or did they drive off?
From the information I'd gathered from Mr. Davis, the other driver continued driving southbound, never came back.
Understood. Later that same day, did you have the occasion to come into contact with the defendant in this case, Mr. Christopher Stringer?
I did.
Okay, and is he in court here today?
Yes, sir.
Could you please point him out for the court, for the record?
He's sitting at the defense table wearing a blue suit.
Okay, please let the record reflect that Deputy Sheriff Carr has identified the defendant in this case, Christopher Stringer. Approximately what time did you arrive on the scene later in the day?
Around 12:05 hours.
Okay, and were you in uniform, including your badge?
Yes, sir.
And were you still in a marked police vehicle?
Yes, sir.
Was this also in Spalding County?
Yes, sir.
Where in Spalding County was it?
Over off of Railroad Avenue, at the old mill. I don't know the exact numerics of that address. But the old mill that's right there on Railroad as soon as you cross the railroad tracks from School Street.
Okay. Where was the defendant when you arrived on scene?
Sitting in his vehicle that was down around the side of this building, kind of back behind it, trying to where it wouldn't be easily seen.
Okay. And what can you describe the lot where it was parked?
It's an abandoned lot. Grass has grown up. There's a bunch of trash and debris and nails of such scattered across this lot from where people have dumped items out.
Okay. And once you got there, how close were you to the defendant at the scene?
In relation to which part, sir?
When you first arrived and were talking with the defendant.
I was standing outside of the vehicle, right by the back driver's side door.
Okay. And at that point in time, did you detect any odors?
At that particular time, no, sir, I did not.
Okay. And did you hear the defendant talk while at the scene?
Yes, sir.
Can you describe the defendant's speech?
If I recall, his speech was okay. It seemed normal.
Okay. Did you observe, what, if anything, did you observe about the defendant's face or eyes?
With the defendant's face, his eyes appeared to be a little droopy. He also did not want to maintain eye contact with me. He continuously looked away from me.
Okay. And so what happened upon your arrival at the scene where Lieutenant Strout was conducting his investigation? What did you do?
When I walked down due to the area that Lieutenant Strout was in, just to check on him and make sure that he was okay, but also be there as backup due to, again, it's an abandoned building sitting there. I originally started to walk up to the driver's side, and then due to the way that I was trained, when another officer is talking to somebody, I always try to walk towards the passenger side to make sure that if I can see through the windows, there's no visible weapons or anything like that sitting right there in plain view.
Mm-hmm.
As I walked up, I observed damage to the front right passenger side of the vehicle.
What kind of damage?
The entire front fender was crushed. I believe there was pieces of the car missing. And the front right wheel, I believe, was also damaged.
Okay. Did you try talking to the defendant?
I did.
Okay, and what did you ask him?
I tried to ask questions of where he was coming from, where he was going. Originally, the defendant stated to me that he had already talked to the other officer. I tried to piece together some more information. I tried to ascertain what road he might have hit something on, or if he was on North Expressway at any point in time this morning.
Negative Ghost Rider. I missed a bright blue chat, maybe a robin's egg chat. You know, maybe not so light blue chat. Thank you, Dan. Thank you. Appreciate it.
At that point, he had told me that he was not sure where he was at due to he didn't have his phone and he was trying to make his way back home.
Okay. And then once Lieutenant Strout returned to the defendant's vehicle, what happened at that point?
Lieutenant Strout instructed the defendant to step out of the vehicle. At this point, he started to do a slow lean back into the vehicle. Lieutenant Strock tried to grab his left wrist to kind of tell him go ahead and get out the car. As he did that, he yanked his arm away. I reached in to try to grab a hold of his right wrist, which at this point, he began to start pressing into the car, trying to find a way to stay in the car. He was also adjusting his feet to push against the door well.
Okay, and at that time, were you also telling him to exit the vehicle?
I was.
Are those lawful commands?
They are.
Was he complying?
He was not.
Okay. Did the defendant
No, you don't. No, you don't. Uncle Dan was great. You don't gotta go cheaper, Uncle Dan. Thank you, Jedi. I appreciate it. Legal fiction. You also missed the goldenrod chat. I did. I'm missing all the super chats. Bill's, Dan's, everybody's. I'm missing everybody's. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much.
resist arrest and
And I know you guys are just checking to make sure I'm awake. I'm okay. I'm here.
therefore restricts you from your official duty to arrest him?
Yes, sir, he did.
And in what way did he do that?
Again, he started pressing into the car, leaning back, trying to make it very difficult for us to be able to grab a hold of him. As I went to grab his arm, he kept pulling away from his arm.
Well, that's dumb. It's your birthday. You shouldn't be doing that. I appreciate it. That's very generous of you, Jedi. Thank you. And again, happy birthday. And that is definitely not light blue. Definitely not light blue.
Lieutenant Strock tried to grab his arm multiple times, and on the door frame of the driver's side, right where the seatbelt is, he pushed his hand against it multiple times, trying to push into the car to get away from us. While being instructed to get out, I believe, if I remember correctly, the defendant kept stating, I'm coming, I'm trying to get out. Why are y'all doing this?
Okay.
But again, he continued to press into the car as if he was trying to go towards the passenger side.
Okay. And what did you do at that point?
After giving instructions to get out of the vehicle, I drew my county issued Taser 7 and activated it and advised Mr. Stringer that if he did not get out of the vehicle, he was going to be tased. I gave him that command multiple times before I discharged my Taser. The first set of probes did not make good contact due to the loose jacket that he was wearing. Probes ever actually made contact with his skin. And I initially put my Taser back away due to that loose coat and continued to try to pull him from the vehicle. After that,
KFAR, thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate it, my friend. Welcome to all the KFAR raiders. Thank you. We're just hanging out, watching a jury trial. This guy, the defendant's already been tased twice. Yeah, I'm about to call tonight, though. I'm just trying to get to the halfway point of the video. We are about, we're still about 15 minutes away. I thought we were like right next to it. All right, let's go. We're finishing this witness. We're going to call it tonight after this witness. But KFAR, thank you so much.
I re-pulled my Taser, reactivated it, put it towards his shoulder that we were able to pull somewhat out of the car. Again, giving the same command, get out of the car, you will be tased again. He again was still not getting out of the car. I discharged the second shot of my Taser, which did have some effect. It did not cause a full body NMI, which is neuromuscular incapacitation, as we call it. But it did.
Can you say that again, but slower?
Neuromuscular incapacitation.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir.
And at that point, were you able to cuff him?
We were able to get him out of the car and actually get him into cuffs after that.
Okay. And did you call EMS?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
After the Taser deployment, per our policy, we call EMS to have them checked on scene.
Okay. And at some point, did Georgia State Patrol Trooper Marcus Baker arrive?
Yes, sir.
And you were a witness to any and everything that happened between those two, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And were you wearing a body camera that day?
Yes, sir, I was.
And was that body camera running during this encounter with the defendant?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so it was recording?
Yes, sir.
And it was operational?
Yes, sir.
Where is it located? Where was it located on that day on your person?
It's actually located at the same place where this plate is on my chest. This is actually the mount for our body camera system.
Okay.
And it's, ever since I've been on the road, this is where my body camera's been mounted.
And you are trained to operate that machine, correct?
Yes, sir.
Have you watched that video?
I have.
Okay. When and where did you watch it again?
I watched it this morning before I came to court, and I watched it again after I got to the courthouse.
Okay. Are there any additions or deletions to the video?
Not that I'm aware of.
Is the video a fair and accurate depiction of the events that occurred at that time and place?
Yes, sir.
And who all was on that video? I know there's some other law enforcement officers that are not involved that showed up. I'm not asking about them.
Myself, Lieutenant Strock, Defendant Mr. Stringer, I believe EMS command is also on that video, where they came to check him due to, it was a holding call for them. So their command unit came out to check him. And then Trooper Baker, I believe, is on it as well.
Okay. And have you used the same or similar video recording equipment prior to this occasion?
Yes, sir.
How many times?
Too many times to count. I have had a lens lock body camera since 2018 when I worked for Animal Control.
Okay. And what do you do with the video footage after recording it?
In regards to an incident like this, immediately after the incident, we go back to the sheriff's office, place it on a docking station so it can upload to the cloud. And that way we can also go in and actually log the case number with that video footage.
And that video is in a safe and secure server, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And it's only distributed to other agencies like other law enforcement agencies or prosecutors' offices like the DA's office or my office, the Solicitor General's office, correct?
Correct.
Okay. At this point, Your Honor, I would tender Deputy Sheriff Carr's video as State's Exhibit number 5.
All right, any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, States 5 is tendered and admitted without objection.
Oh, are we gonna get the same video at a different angle?
Let's see here. Okay, I'm ready, Your Honor.
.236 dispatch. Show me up with 203.
Driving. Hit something.
Obviously. Okay. Where'd you hit something?
I was driving down the street and
What street?
I don't know the streets around here.
So you're going from Atlanta to Tacoola, right? Tacooola's in Gwinnett, so up near Atlanta. You know you ain't nowhere near Atlanta, right? You went in the wrong direction. Okay, is this your vehicle?
It's not under my name.
Okay, who's it registered to?
Rick Andrews.
Rick Anders?
Yes, sir.
Who is that?
It's my girlfriend's dad.
Okay.
Yeah, so she's in this car to get to work.
He let you borrow it to get to work? Where's your girlfriend?
She's at home.
Hang tight here with my partner, all right?
Hey, LT. This matches the hit and run, not the Avenger. This match
Yeah, that was definitely some damage. There was some damage there.
is damage from the hit and run and what the driver said.
Which one?
The one that I worked on North Expressway this morning.
Oh, well, talk to him.
Hey, bud. What's up, man? So where you coming from? I wasn't here when you explained to him, so where you coming from?
Yeah, I mean, I just talked to him about it, so.
Well, that's why I'm asking.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm coming from Atlanta.
You coming from Atlanta?
Yeah.
Okay. Were you on 1941 this morning?
1941.
That's the one that comes from Jonesboro and all that stuff down here.
I'm not sure. Like, I had my phone, but I don't have it with me right now, so I was trying to navigate my way back, but I just did my best, but went the wrong way. So.
Okay. Where'd you take the wrong turn at? I'm just trying to figure out where you might have gotten lost at. That's all I'm trying to do.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be able to tell you. I did my best to get back, but I don't know. I wish I could tell you.
Okay.
So.
How'd you end up right here? Because, I mean, you kind of got to drive over some sketchy stuff to get back here.
I made a wrong turn, realized I didn't know where I was, so I pulled over here. So.
Okay. Did you not have a wallet or anything with you?
No. Well, it's probably in the back somewhere, but.
What do you mean in the back? Like in the back seat or in the trunk?
Trunk.
In the trunk? Okay. So you don't know what you hit? He won't tell me nothing about.
He won't tell you nothing?
Mm-mm. He explained it to you and he won't explain it to me.
I did my best to explain it to you. And I tried. I mean, I answered
What he told me is he's driving on the road and hit something.
Yeah,
He
so
don't
I
know
asked.
what road and he don't know where.
I asked if he was on 1941. He goes, I don't know what the road that is.
Oh, I told him I was trying to drive back. I took a wrong turn, and I've been trying to get back ever since. I don't have my phone on me, so I've just been doing my best since then.
He says his wallet could be in the trunk.
Yes, sir.
Oh, all right.
So I did my best to explain everything I could.
Okay. Well, do me another favor and step out of the car for me.
Yeah.
Step out.
I'm trying. I'm trying. Why are you
You're going to get tased if you don't get out.
I'm doing my best to get out of the car.
Get out of the car, you're going to get tased.
I will. Why are you guys pulling me? I'm trying to.
Get out.
Look, I'm trying to
Get
out
out
of the car.
now or you will be tased.
I'm trying.
Get out.
Why am I getting pulled?
Get out.
I'm trying to.
You're about to be tased. Get out of the car now.
I'm trying to.
Get out of the car.
Why are you guys pulling
Get
me
out.
I'm trying my best.
Get out.
Pull the trigger.
Why? How? I'm trying to get out.
Get out.
I am trying.
Get out.
Why are you guys pulling me?
10-10.
I'm trying. Can I get out? Why are you guys pulling me out?
Get out of the car.
I'm trying. Why are you guys pulling me out?
Get out now or you will be tased again.
Why are you guys pulling me out? Can I stand up on this? Ow! Ow! Get out! What did I do?
Get his other hand.
Here.
Put it behind your back.
Put it on your back now.
I don't know what I did.
Do not move.
I'm not. I don't know what I did.
236 dispatch. Be advised.
What did I
deployed.
do?
I'm trying. What did I do? I'm trying. What did I do? You gotta make it. I gotta get my voice to go higher to do it the best way.
I have no idea what I did. I'm sorry. I'm not resisting.
Yes, you are.
You resisted. When we told you get out, you didn't get out.
You guys started pulling me when I
1095. Also, taser deployed ×2. Have the ammo coming out.
Taser's off.
I did love the ow. He's like, ow! I love it when people actually say ow while they're getting hurt. It's just one of those words that I just like, no one actually says ow. It's just what people think. Like, no, people say ow. It's actually a thing.
Just cash. I got 2 of the pro. One's in his stomach.
It hit the coat.
Yeah. What's the other one?
Yeah. You got them all?
Yeah, I got all 4. My car's right there behind Strock's.
Oh, I Peter Griffin it. When I get hurt, like, you know, I hit something like I just sit there for I don't know 5 minutes. I turn into Peter Griffin.
And one out of 648. Hey, this way. Double lock this for me. You saw me run 648, he's on. We'll be sent out of the vehicle.
Yeah. And it happened at 8:10 this morning.
Hit and run, he worked on North Expressway.
GSP has the...
GSP worked it?
Yeah, GSP has it. But I was trying to get information out of the driver while I was waiting on him to get there. This matches what he told me and where the damage would be.
I can tell you this, I can smell the alcohol from the miles down.
Yeah. I think I heard you go out.
Yeah, when you said 10
Let me go grab fucking gloves. No.
They got it.
236 dispatch. Can you contact GSP? Advise them we have the vehicle and the subject from the 1057 on North Expressway this morning. Hudson.
I got one over here.
Hey, you're driving.
You're driving. Go.
He said, we're at 10. I was like,
Hey!
Somebody.
calling out on the radio.
Somebody.
Oh, so you're trying to do it silence next time?
You talking about 10? I was like, literally about
No, I'm really surprised that it ripped all of his hair out.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're good. Thank
No,
you.
this is not the one from the 1080. This is from a 1057 this morning.
All right, prosecutor. You probably shouldn't be showing the officers joking around about pulling his hair out. So if the rest of this isn't relevant, you probably should stop.
The 1080 was over there. He found this while looking for the dudes that ran.
Who we got done?
No.
No, they're gone.
They're gone. I have no idea where they went.
I think they're going to the register on themselves now.
Dude that was in this. Strock Random said to confirm the 99s on him.
He's got a suspended license as well.
That's why he doesn't have a license.
So what do you do? Start swinging them on just to confirm them?
No, we told him to get out of the car.
Told him to get out of the car, and he's like, okay, and started kind of
reaching towards the back,
going in a little bit. So I grabbed his.
No, they can't edit them, but they can stop and play wherever they want. So, the defense attorney could bring this up for whatever reason if he wanted to, but the prosecutor does not have to play it in its entirety. They can start it at the 5-minute mark and play it to the 7-minute mark. Then they could skip ahead to the 11-minute mark and play it to the 13-minute mark. They just have to say that on the record that that's the timestamps they're playing. But no, they can't edit them.
And then he started sliding across. So I told him I was going to tase him. He was in a better spot. I said, pull the trigger. But he had that loose coat on, so it didn't really get him.
Was he asleep?
He was trying to be. When I was riding by, he was up looking. He saw me and laid down real quick.
Idiot. Got all that money and stealing clothes.
Only reason he's probably here because that bitch won't move no more.
We're going to collect this money.
All right.
And put it into his property.
All right, let me go grab a evidence bag real quick, and I'll grab another glove. EMS just got it. Okay. So you want me to give you another one of my property bags?
No, I got it.
Funny, but I almost dropped my donut coming over. And then I see all y'all here. I'm like, well, this has got to be it.
He's in the backseat of my car.
Okay.
I don't know if probes ever actually went into him, but he was shot twice.
Okay.
And he had a loose overcoat on when it happened, so. All right. I'm on my last 2 taser cartridges. I'm on my 2 spares. I know.
I don't know. I thought most hit and runs were felonies. Yeah, I don't know. It's Georgia. That's where we're at. If you guys want to look it up and see if this is a felony or not. I feel like they said it at the beginning. I don't remember.
Also, you can smell the alcohol coming off of him.
Did he wreck that car over there?
So this morning at about 8:10, I believe this is the car that was involved in a hit and run. He literally smacked the living crap out of another truck and just kept driving.
Okay. And then y'all found him over here? Or?
Yeah, well, we were looking for our other people that ran from us. Lieutenant over here, going back and forth, saw him. He was up and then he ducked down trying to hide.
Over here?
Yeah, in this car over here.
So he's been in a wreck too then, basically. Okay. Hey, man. You hurt anywhere? What's your name?
Information around the rest of the signal here.
Where did the taser go in at?
One, I'm trying to show her where it went so you can check. One went here, and the other went to the back part, I believe, of his shoulder, or in that shoulder over there.
Can I take a look?
299, it's going to be 6367, 6367.
Back there? Yeah. See if you can turn this way so I can see it.
Back in my car. Hey.
All right. I don't think we need to watch any more of this. I really don't. I don't know why we're still watching it. I think this is a good place to cut off. And then I'll just when we start back up on Sunday night, I'll just start with the cross examination of this video. But I don't know why we're still watching it. I think the prosecutor might be finishing his crossword puzzle and he wants to get it finished before he yeah, I got nothing. But I feel like they're gonna do a medical examination. I remember something about an evidence bag, and I don't know what's in the evidence bag. It might be an ID. So it's probably a good time for me to cut it off just so I can double check that I'm not gonna get in any trouble for whatever they're doing. So yeah, we're gonna call tonight. Anyways, thank you guys so much. Almost a 3-hour stream, and this is only halfway through. Hold on, what are we at? We are at 2:29:30. Gotta write that down. 2:29:30. And the video is, I'll tell you exactly how long it is. In total, it is wow. 4 hours, 44 minutes, 44 seconds. How about that? All the force. All right, you guys have a great rest of your night. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. K-Far, thank you for the raid. Thank you for the super chats. Happy birthday, Jedi. Thank you so much for that super chat. Very generous. Thank you for the gifted membership milestones. Mods, thank you for hanging out for this long stream. I appreciate it. We will watch the rest of this video on Sunday, but we're going to call it tonight. I got to double check though. I'm not going to get in trouble with whatever's going on here. I mean, but she dropped her donut. She might be doing some cavity searches. I don't know. She's not happy about the loss of a donut. Anyways, have a great rest of your evening. I'm not going to rate anybody. I'm just calling it a night. So I will see you guys Sunday. Okay, bye. Oh yeah, I hit play like I was my outro was about to pop up. No, it's in the middle of a video. I gotta manually play my outro. Here we go.